It is hockey time again in South Florida. The Panthers host Carolina in a preseason battle tonight. The Cats are the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, and they are ready to go. This is the first of 4 games this week before the season starts next week. And yes, I see an open spot in the rafters for yet another Stanley Cup championship banner. Welcome, everybody. Steve Goldstein, along with Randy Moeller. Katie Engelson will be by in just a few minutes. Preseason hockey, Randy, first of 4 games this week, and tonight we will see Sergei Bobrovsky, 2-time Stanley Cup champ, starting goal.
Yeah, a little tune-up for Bob. You know he's in great shape. He came in, he's looked solid in goal. Yeah, he's 37 years old. 16th year in the National Hockey League, 7th with the Florida Panthers. 33 wins last year, helping the Panthers not only qualify for a playoff spot, but most importantly, it was those 16 wins in the playoffs, and he was spectacular. So tonight, he gets his first draw here in the preseason, just to work on some of his fundamentals. There you see, and we're not getting tired of seeing that, lifting that Stanley Cup again, and Bob will be in net against Carolina tonight.
If the Edmonton Oilers never see Sergei again, they'd probably be happy with that. I had a new look line for the Panthers. Luke Kunin comes in as a veteran free agent tonight. Randy, we'll get a look at him in the middle, in between A.J. Greer and Jonah Gadjevich.
Oh, the Panther fans are going to love this guy. Yeah, he has led his team in hits. But first, there you see Greer and what he has done with the energy, the physicality, going to the front of the net. This line played such a big role, these two players, along with Gadjevich. And there's Kunin right there with Gadjevich. And you're going to see the physicality here tonight. They play with the energy. They're in on the forecheck, and that's exactly what the team wants to see here from that trio.
All right, Luke brings a little juice to the table. Panthers just about a week away from the opener, and they'll need a full team effort all season long. For more on that, let's go downstairs for the first time this season at home to Katie.
Hey there, Goldie. Some devastating news last week as the Panthers announced that their captain, Alexander Barkov, will miss 7 to 9 months after he sustained a right knee injury during training camp. Barkov underwent a successful ACL and MCL surgery on Friday, and if any team is equipped to handle adversity and embrace this challenge, it's the Florida Panthers. We see what they do time and time again. Forward Brad Marchand telling us that when he arrived in South Florida, that was one of the first things he noticed, is that everyone is a leader in their own right, and this team is ready to do their part. Here's Marchand and Ekblad on that.
One of the things I was really, really impressed about was that when you came in, you didn't feel like one guy led the way. You felt like everyone was very dialed in to what they had to do to buy into the group. They did everything as a unit, and that is very special.
I wear an A, but you could throw it on Benny, Forsey, Marshy, Rhino, go down the lineup, Bob. You know, we all absorb it for sure. Again, there is no replacing him, and we know that, but there's a sense of community in that room, and we're all going to chip away at it together.
The preseason continues for the defending Stanley Cup champions, and tonight it's their first time back on home ice. Panthers hockey is next, right here on Scripps Sports.
The last thing I need is another subscription or monthly bill.
With Tableau TV, you just pay once and start saving instantly.
With Tableau, I love the DVR functionality and the crystal clear picture that I get.
Buy a Tableau product and you can watch, pause, and record popular live channels plus free streaming channels. And do it all with 0 monthly fees or contracts. Order Tableau for a one-time payment of $99.95. That's less than you would spend on most monthly TV bills. Tableau, pay once and watch forever.
As we get back on track, new jobs and opportunities are on the way. Are you prepared with the right degree? At FNU, our degrees range from accounting, where you can learn how to manage finances, to business administration, where you can manage the company overall. The information technology courses will prepare you for a 21st century career, and we even offer ESL. Our campuses are conveniently located, and we even have new financing options to help those who qualify. Prepare for your future with Florida National University.
From food to fashion,
events to entertainment.
If it's happening here, it's happening on Inside South Florida. Your all-access pass to the people, places,
and passions that make South Florida shine.
Inside South Florida, weekdays at 5:30 p.m. on WSFL 39.
We are so South Florida.
It's even in our name.
Florida Panthers hockey on Scripps Sports is sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Tonight, the Panthers are back on home ice. Amerant Bank Arena last saw the Cats back in June. A Game 6 Cup clincher that saw an epic 4-goal game for Sam Reinhart as Stanley stays in South Florida. The champs are back. It's preseason hockey tonight against the Hurricanes.
A dynasty in the making. It's really incredible. Fueled by unwavering resilience. Let's go. An unbreakable bond. Here comes Polinski. Get hard-nosed, stick-to-stick. Full throttle hockey. Reinhart on the loose. This season, the Florida Panthers are making history. Chasing a third consecutive championship. Join us all season long. Find where to watch at scriptsports.com/Panthers.
It's Modern Family all week long. Monday, get up.
Yay!
Tuesday, mess up. Wednesday, dress up.
Somebody turn her off. I think I'm having a seizure.
Oh, buddy. Thursday, look up. Friday, hook up.
Voila.
Square knot. Impressive.
I can make any kind of knot. It's like I have a sailor in my mouth.
Modern Family, nightly. Weekdays at 5 on WSFL 39.
I was 8 months pregnant and had nowhere to go. I almost gave up on myself.
I could no longer afford to make my mortgage payments.
He nearly killed me when I tried to escape. The National Women's Shelter Network exists so that no woman or child will ever have to live on the streets. You can make a difference. Please donate today.
Together, we are stronger.
South Florida. On a Monday, we are ready for hockey. The Panthers begin a busy preseason week against the Carolina Hurricanes. Then it's 3 against Tampa Bay. Freddie Anderson. Panthers saw him last week in that win that the Cats had in Carolina. We'll see how long he goes tonight, and it may be the same situation for Sergei Bobrovsky. Well, the two starters, there's Big Bob getting his first preseason action. And Randy, you start looking more and more at Bobrovsky's career resume. It is absolutely incredible.
Well, he's wearing the gold star right now, the gold standard for NHL goaltenders with the success that he has had, the durability. And this is just another step in a little tune-up to get ready for the season.
There you go. Luke Cunnin starting at the center position with that new scoreboard here at Amerant Bank Arena. We'll tell you more about that. Cunnin wears number 71, an NHL veteran. Hurricanes with an early chance, and that one caught a piece of the crossbar from Kevin Labanc moving in off the wing. So you've got Cunnin with Gadjevich and Greer. Tomas Nosek, unfortunately injured. So good last year for the Panthers. He's out indefinitely, so Cunnin may indeed be in the lineup next Tuesday night when they open the regular season against Chicago and raise the banner here at Amerant Bank Arena. Mackie Samoskevich now on ice with a new number, 11 for Samoskevich. Jesper Boquist on the line as well, along with the veteran Jack Studnicka, because Evan Rodriguez, a little bit dinged up. It is highly precautionary, so Rodriguez okay, may even play in the preseason later this week. Samoskevich puts it out in front of the backhander, score! Jack Studnicka on the feed from Mackie.
Quick goal for the Florida Panthers in the first minute of the first period here. This one just squeaks through. Steady Freddie Anderson and the Carolina netminder. Studnicka in the perfect position. There he is. Now he goes to the front of the net. Has to play that puck off his skate to his stick, and the backhander squeaks through. Here's a better angle right there. Right through Anderson. Panthers are on the board quickly.
Second goal of the preseason for the veteran Studnicka, who's played more than 100 games in the NHL. And Mackie Samoskevich, such high hopes for him. The first-round pick of the Panthers in 2021. Played 72 games last year for the Cats.
Remember, going back a couple days ago when the Panthers were in Carolina. Anderson was outstanding in that game. He did not give up a goal in the 2 periods that he played. And the Panthers were able to erase that 2-0 deficit and come back and win 4-2.
Yeah, they did a great job managing that game. Here's a chance. Bobrovsky makes his first save on Nadeau. Another shot. That one pinballs and goes wide. Tyson Jost, the veteran center, out there for Carolina. They didn't bring many of their regulars on the road trip. Only one more preseason game left after this for the Hurricanes. They're 1-3. Panthers still have 3 more this week, all against Tampa. And we'll have a broadcast for you of every one of them, starting at 6:30 with the pregame. Tomorrow from Orlando, Thursday from Tampa, then another home game here at Amerant Bank Arena on Saturday to wrap up the preseason. And you know how those Panthers-Lightning games get, no matter what's at stake.
Oh, yeah, they might get a little testy. Even though it's preseason, there's still jobs on the line. And, of course, the rivalry that has been building and building. I don't know, can it get even more intense, the rivalry between the Panthers and the Lightning? It all makes for, it's fun. There you see Rod Brind'Amour behind the bench for the Carolina Hurricanes in his 8th year as the head coach. He's taken his team to the 3rd round of the playoffs 3 times, but just a couple times can't get past the Panthers. The other time it was the New York Rangers that ended their season.
Yeah, Carolina against the Panthers Eastern Conference Final last year, and then back in 23 when Matthew Tkachuk scored the epic last-second goal for the Game 4 sweep. Panthers beat him in 5 last year, so Cats have won 8 of the 9 games between the 2 teams in the Eastern Conference Final. Panthers 3 times in a row, East champs, back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. Noah Gregor now out there at a forward spot. Here's Mike Benning deep in the zone. He takes a big bump there from Ryabkin. Point shot blocked by Uvis Balinskis. Congrats to Uvis. He's already been named to the Olympic team for Latvia coming up in February. Well deserved.
I think you said to me the other day, Goldie, he's going to play 25, 30 minutes.
There's no doubt. And with the success Latvia's had over the last few years, part of it led by Uvis, the whole nation is just hockey crazy. And Sandis Vilmanis is on the ice, number 95, a fellow Latvian. Here he comes. Vilmanis is hoping to make that team as a young player, but he's got a legitimate chance. Remember, he had the big training camp last year. Spent the entire season, first-year pro in Charlotte in the AHL. Got skill.
Yeah, they love his progression, and this is a big year for him as well. Continue that development.
5th round pick in 2022 for the Panthers. Unger Sorum works his way on the wing for the Hurricanes. Back up high. And that shot went wide from Nikishin. He's back to play it in his own zone. Tried the stretch pass, tipped by Greer and taken by Gadjevich, and he fires it deep in the zone. Gadjevich, Greer, and Cunnin buzzing around that forecheck. Cunnin finished the check. Stick there by Petrie, making his Panther debut on defense, wearing number 2. Here's a point shot, and Bobrovsky the save on Montgomery. Carolina tonight, 11 forwards, 7 defensemen in their lineup. Petrie working with Toby Bjornfoot as a defense pair tonight. Panthers expecting a young lineup tomorrow in Orlando. Then they'll start to get the regulars in there for the final 2 preseason games. All for the tune-up next Tuesday night. Panthers Blackhawks. Cup banner goes to the rafters. We're on the air with you. We've got a very special hour-long pregame live right here from Amerant Bank Arena for you. General Manager Bill Zito will join us live for that game. So again, that's at 4 o'clock before the opener next Tuesday, which is a 5 o'clock start.
And Goldie, I bought a new pair of shoes for that broadcast too.
I can't wait to see him. I'll have to get a shoe cam on there for you. Free puck in behind the Carolina net. Benning's going to pinch in. Benning's had a good offensive preseason. 3 goals and 4 points in just 2 games. Robidas for the Hurricanes. Put it around the boards. LeBanc tried to get a shot away. That never got to Bobrovsky. Canes still in the offensive zone. Here's a shot, and Bobrovsky will swallow that up and hang on for a whistle.
Yeah, you talk about Benning for the Florida Panthers. He has been impressive. As Goldie mentioned, some of the numbers, the offensive numbers that he's putting in. Had the game-winning goal in the last meeting against Carolina. And Edmonton native. Of course, his father, many years ago, played for the Florida Panthers. But a skilled defenseman, puck-moving, quarterbacking the power play.
Won that 2022 national championship at Denver. Most Outstanding Player Award in the NCAA tournament. Jack Devine, who's on the ice for the Panthers, number 38. He was a teammate. Devine with Gregor. Those are the wingers. And Grayson Souchin, second-round pick in 2023 for the Panthers, wearing number 59 in the middle on that line tonight. Samoskevich and Boquist got the assists on the Studnicka goal less than a minute in tonight. Gave the Panthers the lead. So for what it's worth, they've scored 5 consecutive goals in the preseason against Carolina over the last couple of games. Harper holds in, the veteran defenseman. Here's Gregor. Nice carry by Gregor. Gets to the net. Oh, he just couldn't finish it off. Anderson popped out there and got a piece of Noah Gregor.
We saw that speed in the first meeting with Carolina a few days ago. Gregor, and he can get the Jets, and he creates a scoring chance.
All right, our first time out with the Panthers up a goal, thanks to Jack Studnicka at Amerant Bank Arena.
Stay high on life. Not on the road. Driving high will get you a DUI, and it could mean costly deductibles, higher insurance rates, jail time, and potentially your life. Don't put yourself and fellow drivers at risk.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, there's a lot to love. Did it hit your spirit? Right in the shine or not? The biggest stars. Clock it. Ooh, Mariah Carey!
And all these years now, you're still killing it.
Incredible performances. You got them going. Inspiring stories.
Connection has no color. It's my brother.
You are loved.
I'm about to cry.
Don't you just love this joy? I hope y'all feel the love.
The Jennifer Hudson Show. Weekdays at 4.
A dynasty in the making.
It's really incredible.
Fueled by unwavering resilience.
Let's go.
An unbreakable bond.
Here comes Polinski.
And hard-nosed, stick-to-stick, full-throttle hockey.
Reinhardt on the loose.
This season, the Florida Panthers are making history, chasing a third consecutive championship. Join us all season long on WSFL 39, your home for Panthers hockey.
The Cats are on top, and Noah Gregor trying to make the roster. Randy had himself an opportunity after.
And we've seen this speed since day one of training camp, and we saw it in the preseason game against Carolina a couple days ago. Look how he cuts right out in front, and that takes skill and courage. He knows that he's going to meet some resistance. Anderson comes out and basically knocks him off balance before he could maybe sweep that puck around. Last year, Noah Gregor with Ottawa and San Jose.
Scored a couple goals against the Panthers 2 years ago while he was a Maple Leaf. And you know, with some of the unfortunate injuries for the Panthers, it'll be a full team effort when the regular season gets going. But a chance for one or maybe two forwards to make the roster. Nolan Foote's out there, big body, played games for the New Jersey Devils, including 7 last year. Former first-round pick of the Lightning, wearing number 25. It's a big line for the Panthers. You got Chorsky in the middle. Here's Uvis Balinskis, and he'll send it into the Carolina zone. Hurricanes are on it. Shillington, the veteran defenseman, big hit by Gadjevich. Don't tell Gadjevich, Cunnin, and Greer it's preseason. They're out there doing their thing. I thought one of the best things last year, don't really get talked about. You win a Stanley Cup, you know, there's so many superstars, but when Paul Maurice wanted Nosek, Greer, and Gadjevich on the ice at the end to win it, because they exemplified what this team is all about: depth, hard work, dedication.
And nobody was more thrilled than the rest of the team when they were on the ice. When the seconds were ticking down. The Panthers win that Stanley Cup.
And the other thing that really exemplified as well, Randy, remember Tomas Nosek had the overtime penalty, the delay a game, and came right back, played great. Teammates were there supporting him. And just a great group, this Panther team. They'll need the full team, obviously, with the injury situation being what it is. And they've got the talent to do it. Paul Maurice will look at some combinations, see who fits where.
Pretty fast pace here in this first period. These two teams, they're just snapping that puck around.
Unger Sorum is stopped by Bobrovsky. Well, speaking of the action all year long, first of all, Panthers Plus, the season pass is now available. The rest of this week, the preseason games, for free. So you can go check it out at PanthersPlus.tv. And then the full season, it's only $69.99. You can take us wherever you go in our viewing area. And you can go to FloridaPanthers.com/how-to-watch for full channel listings. Little conversation there. Paul Maurice, you know, on the right. That's Tuomo Ruutu on the left, who's calling the lines in the preseason. Panther coaching staff back intact. What a great job they all do. Back-to-back Stanley Cups. Unreal. Loose puck there. Picked up by Robidas, put in behind the Panther net. Jake Livingstone in the lineup tonight. He's wearing number 49. Panthers just picked him up. A veteran on the blue line, couple of years for Nashville in the AHL. Has played a handful of games for the Predators. And as we've seen, Randy, when the Panthers pick up some of these players, another big body. You tell this team is bigger than it's been.
The way how things shake out here with the big club, obviously the Panthers and Charlotte Checkers in the American Hockey League are going to have a whale of a team. And they are going to be big, young, and talented. And bodes well for the franchise.
And you speak of big, how about a net? They got Brandon Bussey. He goes 6'4", 218. Tonight's backup goaltender, Cooper Black. Even larger at 6'8", 223.
Yeah, and Paul Maurice has talked about that as well. The skill level of these big players that are coming in, whether it's the skaters, the forwards, defense, or the goaltending as well. And great conversation with Paul Maurice. See that in his 28th season, his 4th with the Florida Panthers. Keep taking a look at the numbers. What are 45 wins in the playoffs in 3 years? Paul Maurice as the head coach of the Panthers. There's many coaches in the NHL that have not had 43 wins in the playoffs in their whole coaching career. Interesting, you know, our conversation, Goldie, we'll talk a little bit more about it, about, you know, what he's looking for here in these preseason games as we head towards the opening night when they drop the banner, or raise the banner, and that, and his, you know, line combinations and D pairs, and that. It's very interesting talking to Paul Maurice. He's so thoughtful and thinking out loud and sharing with us as well some of his thoughts on his lineups and possibilities.
Yeah, without Barkov and Tkachuk for a little while, but Barkov longer term. Oh, there's a hit after the whistle on Vilmanis.
Oh, that's Giovanni Smith.
Yeah, Panthers in like that. Chorsky's in there pushing and shoving a bit. It's 6-6.
Giovanni Smith, he's almost 30 minutes and penalty minutes so far. He's got 28. Goal. He took on Big Ben Harper in the last meeting, and there's the bump right there. Former Florida Panther.
So, you know, talking about what you were saying, Randy, it'll have to be a full team effort. Obviously, no one fills, as Bill Zito said, no one's taking Barkey skates. So you can't fill his shoes. So all those combinations, and you have a lot of versatility. Evan Rodriguez could play anywhere. A guy like Eetu Luostarinen has played center before.
Boquist, and it goes up and down the lineup, and you know, and Paul Maurice is very complimentary of his team and the versatility and the depth that they have, and move players around from side to side, especially up front.
Be interesting to see. Talked to Sam Bennett the other day about it, you know, and he said, hey, you know, everybody's going to do a little bit more, you know, third, fourth liners may play a little bit more, but, you know, personally for him, he said, you know, maybe a little more awareness of matchups, but otherwise, you know, nothing really changes. And this team remains confident. And the other factor, I think, for the Panthers is, remember, they're going to have Seth Jones and Aaron Ekblad as they did, in the playoffs. Hopefully, knock on wood, full season for them. And remember when they acquired Jones last year in March, Paul Maurice said it would take about a year for him to really settle in, and he's already been outstanding. So that Panther blue line, if it can get any better, which would be remarkable to think about, it's got the potential to do that. Point shot here, deflected off the outside of the net. Samoskevich working hard. Hurricanes clear. So it'll be interesting to see later in the week how, they mix and match on the lines in the preseason as icing is the call, and then they get set for the opener next Tuesday night. Yeah, and you take a look at these two teams, the Panthers and Carolina Hurricanes. You go back to last year, very similar in wins in the regular season, how they're built with this. The offense, the defense, special teams. Carolina's in the top echelon and special teams as well. The speed that they possess. There's a lot of similarities between the Panthers and Carolina in the regular season, but in those playoffs, you mentioned, Goldie, about the role players, the Greers, the Gadjeviches. It goes up and down the line. And you take a look last year. Nate Schmidt, the contributions that he made in the playoffs, and Carolina is searching for that, and it's difficult. There's 31 other teams that are trying to find the total package like the Panthers have shown, especially in the playoffs, the last two. The Panthers get those contributions, as they say, from everywhere. Remember Nate Schmidt to start the playoffs against Tampa? I mean, just outrageous. He was scoring goals like crazy, and it's top to bottom, and really no star system in that dressing room. Everybody treats everyone the same, no matter if you play 20 minutes or 8 minutes. It's part of what's made this team so great over the last handful of years. And that I think that's why the Panthers are so excited about getting a veteran like Jeff Petrie. Nate Schmidt moving on, and Petrie's so excited about the opportunity and the potential here in the twilight of his career that it's an opportunity with this group. Point shot, Bobrovsky makes the save on the Bayreuther slapper. 7:45 to go in the first. Panthers up a goal on Carolina.
1 in 31 children is diagnosed with autism, and the earlier care begins, the better the outcomes. Here are 5 common signs of autism: limited eye contact, speech or language delays, repetitive movements, intense focus on specific interests, difficulty with social interaction. We are the leading provider of diagnostic appointments and autism therapy. And with immediate availability, your family won't be on a waiting list. Proud partner of the Florida Panthers.
The healthcare system is in need of staff more than ever. Are you ready to make a difference? At FNU, we can help prepare you with a degree in radiology technology. Along with diagnostic medical sonography, we offer a diverse group of therapy courses that take you to the right career for you, and dental programs that will lead you to the future of your choice. Our campuses are conveniently located, and we even have new financing options to help those who qualify. Prepare for your future with Florida National University.
Can't decide what to watch?
I'm offering you 56 channels.
Sometimes it's better to watch
nothing. I think we really got something in. What do we got? An idea. What idea? It's about nothing. And it's about nothing. Absolutely nothing. Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing. Nothing. There you go.
I think you may have something here. Seinfeld. Because nothing is really something.
Ooh. A show about nothing.
Seinfeld. Tonight at 10.
Welcome back inside Amerant Bank Arena, where veteran defenseman Jeff Petrie is playing in his first preseason game as a Florida Panther. The Michigan native brings over 15 years of NHL experience to the Panthers' blue line. Head coach Paul Maurice used the word optimistic when describing Petrie's fit with the Panthers. Maurice told me he's picked up a lot of what they do very fast, and a big part of that is because when Petrie was in Detroit, they ran a version of how they run their neutral zone structure, so the learning curve has been pretty good. Maurice telling me it seems that Dmitry Kulikov and Petrie are working really well together as a D pair in practice, so that has intrigued him, although Petrie is paired up with Bjorn Foot on the blue line tonight. Guys.
Katie, thanks so much. Very well could be the defense pair next Tuesday. As Katie mentioned, Kulikov and Petrie.
Another thing that stands out about Petrie is that look at the teams that he's played with: Edmonton, Montreal, and Pittsburgh, and Detroit. A lot of offensive teams, and he has fit in well. Although his first priority is obviously defense, but he can help on the offensive side as well. He's put up some pretty good numbers in his career.
So many players over the last 2 years have come to Florida, won themselves a Stanley Cup. Some have moved on. Others, like Kyle Opozo, have retired, but that list is long. Many, of course, end up getting contracts from other teams, and good for them. Look at Lomberg and Stenlund and Montour, to name a few.
Goldie, that has never changed in the last 50 years in the National Hockey League. The teams are so attracted to players that have had success, that have won Stanley Cups, that have gone deep into the playoffs, and they rely on those players to, especially young teams with young players, to help them and nurture them, what it takes to go far in the playoffs and that. And every team we see, as you mentioned, look at the players that have come and gone, that have had success here and that have really helped their careers.
Well, they all seem to have career years when they get to Florida. Players that are still here, players that have moved on. That's why they've been able to move on. It's just really remarkable what this franchise has become. And, you know, they use that term, destination franchise. It is definitely a real thing. Greer and Gadjevich on the ice, great examples of that. Cunnin at center with them. That's the line on now for the Panthers. And Greer's after the loose change in the corner. Try to swing it back to the point, but it comes all the way back. There's that Petrie-Bjornfoot defense pair on the ice. Petrie plays ahead. Stick checked away from Cunnin. Bjornfoot knocks it down at the blue. Got some room up the middle. Bjornfoot over the line. Takes a shot glove save, Anderson. He's looking to move the puck, and he does. Unger Soren for Carolina after the puck with Petrie in the corner. Ryabkin comes in to help out for the Hurricanes. Stanek in a hard-nosed battle with Ryabkin behind the net. Rolls to the corner. Greer working over Nikishin, the defenseman. Nikishin trying to get it out in front, blocked and taken by Petrie, and he gets the clear to center. Greer trying to get to it, all tied up. Great effort by A.J. Greer, but the Panthers move in and we'll get a penalty call. And it will be Greer going to the penalty box. 5:20 to go in the first. The Hurricanes will go a man up.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun.
Sandals Jamaica sale is now on. For the best all-inclusive value in the Caribbean, visit sandals.com or call 1-800-SANDALS.
Panthers fans, get VIP insight into your Cats all season long. Watch the pre- and post-game shows on your home for Panthers hockey. The pre-game show is brought to you by Amerant Bank, the official bank of the Florida Panthers.
Attention, Miami law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city safe. But in sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
He commands his courtroom with confidence.
Don't you ever form your mouth to talk to me like that. What's wrong with you?
He's fair.
You took that risk, and your risk failed.
He's direct.
I'll throw you out my courtroom talking crazy like that.
He's stern.
Why didn't you give me a document that doesn't say what you said? You tried to defraud me. First you lied to me. Now you're trying to defraud the court.
And now his courtroom is back in session.
Mathis Court. Weekdays at noon on WSFL 39.
Panthers have the lead. There's a look at the veteran defenseman, Randy. Let's go inside the game a bit.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you. Here's the veteran right here and the experience. All right, there's Petrie, picks up the puck. Stop it right there. Look at this. You can see his head's up. There's one forechecker right here. There's another one going to meet him on the other side of the net. And watch what he does here. This is a veteran move. Okay, roll it. Stops. There's a good outlet back. reverse back to where he's coming from on the stick, and the Panthers have a great breakout.
Knows his way around the game for sure. A.J. Greer called for holding. So our first power play of the night. It goes to the Hurricanes. Panthers win the faceoff. The puck comes around the boards. Hurricanes able to get possession. Nikishkin will run it from the point. Nikishin feeds. Now across. Unger Sorum. Nikishin again. Ben Harper out there with Livingstone as a defense pair. A couple of guys, big, rangy with the long reach, and you see it there. Good sticks.
Yeah, it was a great positioning there by the Panthers. That four-man penalty killing unit, right? They're getting in front of the shooting lanes, the passing lanes.
And see Luke Cunnan out there, of course, another area. Without Alexander Barkov, the Panthers will miss him, and obviously plays in all situations, but that penalty kill, so there'll be an opportunity for other players. Samoskevich now out there on the PK along with Jesper Boqvist. He's familiar, and here comes Mackey picking up the loose puck. Samoskevich short-handed, moves in, circles out in front for Boqvist, just couldn't get a stick on it. Well, Samoskevich set up the goal in the opening minute, and he put one right near the blue paint there.
Good decision there by Samoskevich. He was looking for Boqvist. Where are you? Where are you? Are you able to get into a scoring position in front of the net? It wasn't there, so he takes it by some time, goes behind the net.
Bobrovsky the save on the Mike Riley slap shot, a one-time Panther very briefly a number of years ago. LeBanc put it over the blue line on the wing, gets the return feed, takes a shot. It's Bobrovsky with the blocker, up and out of play.
Let's see some speed from Mackie Samoskevich. He picks up the puck, there's the breakup, and then here's Samoskevich. Now he's going to look, takes a quick look, see if Boqvist is in position. He wasn't just at that time, so he takes it behind the net, sweeps it out in front, and we got a little bit of chaos, and turned into not a bad scoring chance, short-handed for the Panthers.
Samoskevich, it's amazing. It feels like he's been around a while. He's still only 22 years old. 15 goals last year. Connecticut native. Just brimming with confidence. He's looked terrific in camp. Great save by Bobrovsky, and then another one. And then a third save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Oh, it's preseason, but Big Bob is in Stanley Cup Finals form.
You're going to see the extension, not only the left leg, but the right leg as well. The acrobatic couple of saves. There's the original shot. Stretched out. There he is again. Then stretch the right pad out. And deny Carolina from putting that puck in behind the goal line. Another look at it from a different angle. There it is. Look at how he's able to recover and just squeak himself over and spread himself out. Oh, I would have been in 4 pieces. He is so flexible and trusts his body instincts to get back into the play when he gets pulled out of position.
He is incredible. Amazingly getting better, it seems, with age. The conversation about, hey, who's the next goalie going to be? Bobrovsky's getting up there. Everyone's like, oh, big hit there by Petrie. And now he's grabbed by Rybakhin, and they'll just wrestle there. Ryabkin saw the big hit, so he grabs Petrie. No punches thrown, but Petrie timed that well on the hit in the neutral zone.
Well, we talk about the veteran Petrie, and he will step up. These young players have to watch. He has a history. He's not a dirty player, but he will take advantage and step up and try and hold that blue line. And
penalty for holding.
All right, there's the step up right there. Clean hit, shoulder right to the middle of the chest. Another look. And the Panthers going to get a power play here late in this first period.
Yeah, they call it on Ryabkin for holding, since he did hold and grab Petrie. They just finishing up on Bobrovsky, and yes, Sergei or Paul Maurice. No, there's no issue here because Sergei Bobrovsky is still in his prime. He's playing as well or better than he ever has. All right, so some power play time. Let's see. Petrie's going to run it from the point. As you mentioned, Randy's got plenty of offensive ability and experience in his career. Vilmanis gives it to Petrie. Samoskevich on along with Boquist and Studnicka. Boquist works the boards, feeds it around, but the Canes will get to this. Robida able to get it deep into the Panther zone. Hard work here by Josiah Slavin, number 23. If it sounds familiar, he is the younger brother. That's right, of Jacob, the Carolina outstanding defenseman. Brothers getting to play together with the Hurricanes. This comes back to the point. Petrie able to scoop it up at the line. Feeds Vilmanis. He'll move it down low. Samoskevich, quick pass back, and a save made by Anderson on Vilmanis, who got that shot on goal quickly.
Yeah, Panthers having to move that puck very quickly as there's full pressure here by Carolina on their penalty killing.
Petrie held it in again. Studnicka tries the cross-ice pass. That's broken up, and Jost able to clear, and everybody will go for a change. Inside 2 minutes left here in the opening period. First of 2 home preseason games for the Panthers. We're back here Saturday night against Tampa Bay in the preseason finale. And that's the third of 3 straight against the Lightning this week. Panthers and Lightning in Orlando tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, 6:30 the airtime of the pregame. Again, you can go to PanthersPlus.tv. All the preseason games this week are free, and then you can sign up for the full season. Stretch pass, and Devine moves in. Jack Devine, takes a hit and goes hard to the end boards, and he's shaken up.
Yeah, he lost his edge as he was trying to cut in. Pushed into the end boards. Gingerly back to the bench.
All right, good for him getting up and getting back to that bench. Devine. Final minute of the period, sponsored by Anajar and Levine. Shot from the boards, pinballs in behind the net. Benning was upended. Panthers hold in. Shot from up high by Cunnin went wide. Luke Cunnin has it again. Here's Greer. Here's Cunnin. Centers. Gadjevich shoots. That just missed. Anderson may have even gotten a piece of it. These 3 looking good together in the offensive zone. Bjornfoot walks in. Wrist shot. Saved by Anderson. Bjornfoot has it again. 25 to go in the first period. Riley looking to clear, and he's able to get it out. Benning will wait back there. Panthers get it to center. And no further in the first period here at Amerant Bank Arena comes to an end.
Yeah, Panthers get an early goal, take a 1-0 lead. Good penalty killing. Sergei Bobrovsky with a couple of dandy saves. And the Panthers should be very happy with that first period of play.
It's been a long time. I've really missed this over the summer. Let's send it to Jessica Blaylock.
Oh, I love hearing that, Goldie. Hey, it doesn't feel like the preseason. What a highly entertaining first period from here in Sunrise. Panthers with the early 1-0 lead. Coming up next, it is our first intermission report. It is brought to you by Baptist Health. Katie will catch up with one of the newest Panthers, Jeff Petrie. We'll also get Jovo's thoughts on that first period. Cats leading it 1-0.
Watchers, let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let you know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
The last thing I need is another subscription or monthly bill.
With Tableau TV, you just pay once and start saving instantly.
With Tableau, I love the DVR functionality and the crystal clear picture that I get.
Buy a Tableau product and you can watch, pause, and record popular live channels plus free streaming channels. And do it all with 0 monthly fees or contracts. Order Tableau for a one-time payment of $99.95. That's less than you would spend on most monthly TV bills. Tableau, pay once and watch forever.
He beat me in front of the kids.
I worried they were next. My son had cancer, and I had to take care of him. My grandmother raised me. When she died, I had nowhere to go.
Homelessness happens to grandmothers, mothers, daughters, children. It can happen to anyone. It happened to me.
The National Women's Shelter Network helps save lives. Donate now. Together, we are stronger.
A dynasty in the making.
This is truly incredible.
Fueled by unwavering resilience.
Let's go!
An unbreakable bond.
Here comes Bullets.
And hard-nosed, stick-to-stick, full-throttle hockey.
Reinhardt on the loose.
This season, the Florida Panthers are making history, chasing a third consecutive championship. Join us all season long. Find where to watch at scriptsports.com/Panthers.
Intermission report brought to you by Baptist Health. You always love when you can score less than a minute into the game. That was the case tonight for the Florida Panthers. Jack Studnicka with his second of the preseason. A beautiful move to beat Freddie Anderson, and it is the Cats who lead it 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. As we welcome you back here inside the arena, I'm Jessica Blaylock, along with Ed Jovanovski. And Jovo, that first period had a little bit of everything. A great pace between these two teams, a little bit of feistiness, a goal, and some gorgeous saves by Sergei Bobrovsky. What was your biggest takeaway?
Well, it was a quick moving period. I thought the pace, like you said, was good. It was one of those areas you looked at before this game started, just to get your feet moving, get that speed going, almost that identity of the Florida Panthers. You know, made some good saves, some good special teams in that period. But the best part of it, getting an early goal and getting that lead.
Well, let's take a look at that goal from the first period, because, again, it came less than a minute into the game. A great setup by Boqvist and Samoskevich. Studnicka buries this one.
Yeah, this one, you can see how hard Boqvist is on the forecheck. He creates a play to go around the board. Jack Studnicka makes a nice play reading that. Now he kind of transfers over to the middle of the ice. Samoskevich jumps in his spot, gets the loose puck, and he goes to the area where you score goals. That's in front of the net. So everyone in unison, working off each other, reading off each other, finding the open man. Like you said, great move there. Put it through his legs here and finds a way to beat Freddie early.
Now, one of the things that we saw a couple of days ago when these two teams played, great work on the penalty kill by the Florida Panthers. The Cats were 3 for 3 on the PK, and once again, they get the job done in the first period.
No, really good, and we're going to see it right here. And you can watch here as the Panthers are circled here. You can see as the puck goes up top, this box rotates into a diamond, and it really kind of, you know, forces Carolina to keep plays to the middle. If there's not movement, this box will stay square, like you see it right here. But as there's movement, you can see the Panthers jump when they feel they can get an interception and the puck goes down 200 feet. You want that back pressure on a PK to allow your defenseman to stand up with good sticks and good gap in that area, and you have that opportunity. Here again, turnover, create an opportunity. How many times have we seen this throughout the last handful of years? Especially Reinhardt, anytime you get an opportunity to create an opportunity on the kill, you're going to take that. And to finish it all off there, sorry I got so long-winded on that play by Samoskevich. What a save by Bobrovsky.
Are you serious?
Not one, but two, but
Bobrovsky?
3 saves.
Are you serious?
Your best PK is your goaltender.
It's the preseason, and it's already magic by Bob. When we return on our first intermission report, we'll hear from one of the newest faces of the Florida Panthers. Katie will chat with Jeff Petrie.
I was 8 months pregnant and had nowhere to go. I almost gave up on myself. I could no longer afford to make my mortgage payments.
He nearly killed me when I tried to escape. The National Women's Shelter Network exists so that no woman or child will ever have to live on the streets.
You can make a difference.
Please donate today.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Catholic Health Services is committed to care that changes as your needs do. Our full continuum of services is designed to be there throughout your care journey. If you need assistance with daily living, post-acute care following a serious health event, or additional medical care at home, we also offer skilled nursing and palliative and hospice care. Your care needs may change, but our commitment never does. Catholic Health Services, South Florida's #1 choice for post-acute and end-of-life care. Visit CatholicHealthServices.org.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and now well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models, or get $6,600 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Welcome back to our first intermission report. It is brought to you by Baptist Health. It's a 1-0 lead for the Florida Panthers. Let's get it over to Katie Engelson and Jeff Petrie. Well, Jeff, you are a veteran in this league, but this is your first preseason game with the Florida Panthers. How would you describe the adjustment of getting acclimated to this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's, the first handful of days of camp are pretty tough and pretty demanding, but it's good to get in a game tonight to kind of try to put everything together and chip off some of the rust from the long off season. So it's good to get back out here in a game situation.
You mentioned just how challenging camp has been. What has been the most challenging aspect in your mind?
I think it's just the pace. We're not out there for a long period of time, but the time that we're on the ice is meaningful, and it's high tempo, and then the skates at the end. So I think that's been the challenge now, and getting to play in some games now is the fun part.
So many referred to the Florida Panthers as a destination franchise. Now that you've been here for a few weeks, what proves that statement to be true? Yeah,
I mean, I think obviously the area is awesome, but coming in and stepping inside the locker room and meeting the guys, I think that's what makes this place I think so special is those guys have all done a lot of amazing things over the past couple of years, and for me to step in and treat me like I've been here for a while is it's credit to them.
Well, Jeff, thanks so much for the time and welcome to South Florida.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you. Thanks, Katie. Hey, Cats fans, your reigning back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Panthers are dropping the puck on the season on Tuesday, October 7th at 5 p.m. Arrive early to catch our Stanley Cup champs banner raising during pregame, that is. Limited tickets are still available. Visit FloridaPanthers.com now to witness history. You are watching our first intermission report brought to you by Baptist Health. After the first period, it is a 1-0 lead for the Florida Panthers.
Two hands can move a mountain. Two more and you can move the earth. I got you now. I'm never gonna let you go. No, no. Cause together we're strong enough. Let everybody know that we're never giving up. Try a little harder.
Ion, it's on. Find Ion on your channel guide or favorite streaming service.
It's time for football. Ready to pony up for streaming? For Thursday games, that's on Prime. For Christmas Day football, do you have Netflix? Want to watch your team on the road? Do you have YouTube TV? Cha-ching! You might shell out $50 a month, and that's just the beginning. Good thing we have local TV stations bringing us games for free. Live, local, things you love. text TV to 39179 and let's keep football free.
New jobs and opportunities are coming with the new year. Are you prepared? At FNU, we help your future career with a degree in natural science, where you can earn a job in many diverse industries, or enter a career in the field of psychology. A criminal justice degree will allow you to support change in the community, or enter the legal field and learn how to make a difference. Our campuses are conveniently located, and we even have new financing options to help those who qualify. Prepare for your future with Florida National University.
You're here because, according to you, she's not peaceful.
She's banging on ceiling.
Banging on your door?
Banging on the roof. Banging on my window.
Verdict for the plaintiff. Get out of my courtroom. Walk out. I will not allow you to waste another second of my time. Stick a fork in me. I am done.
The People's Court. Weekdays at 1 on WSFL 39.
Tablo lets you watch, pause, and record live TV subscription-free.
Get 100+ channels, movies, and sports. It's not fantasy.
It's Tablo.
Welcome back to our first intermission report brought to you by Baptist Health. Jack Studnicka with the only goal of the game, and it's the Florida Panthers who lead it 1-0. Getting to our stats through the first period, it is also brought to you by Baptist Health. This one has already gotten a little feisty, so no surprise to see double digits in the hits column for both these teams and 5 giveaways for the Carolina Hurricanes. Back here inside the arena, Jessica Blaylock along with Ed Jovanovski, and Jova looking ahead to that middle frame. Anything in particular that you're looking for in that second period?
No, it's interesting as you see the giveaways. I think that's credit to the Panthers, the way that they've been getting in on the forecheck, forcing turnovers, getting pucks to the net. See a little bit more of that. And just, you always talk about volume of shots. Get those shots. Don't waste up any opportunities. Get the puck to the net. Get traffic there.
And maybe we'll see a couple of more dandies from Sergei Bobrovsky, because my goodness, did he shine in the first period, especially a couple of those saves on the Canes power play. Show them how it's done, number 72.
It starts with Celsius. Feel I can feel good about. I'm going to need it. I'm training for life. From after-school pickups to meal prep to a 12-hour night shift. I don't have time to get ready. I've got to stay ready.
Dawn Patrol starts with a Celsius. I got a whole day to seize. First it's cardio, then it's a race against the clock. Refuel. I've got 48 to do in 24.
It's 4:49 a.m. Grab a Celsius, lock in. I've got a goal to hit and a deck to conquer. A party to be the life of, and all the essential energy I need to do it.
The last thing I need is another subscription or monthly bill.
When did watching TV get so expensive? Well, now you can watch and record for free with Tablo.
I have been telling people about Tablo since I got it. This is easy. It really allows you to have all those channels that you've been wanting to have.
Buy a Tablo product and you can watch, pause, and record popular live channels, plus free streaming channels.
This was the easiest thing I've ever had to learn, and it saves us a lot of money.
You just click on the sports, and then it brings you to all the sports that are up and you're able to see. So, piece of cake, finding what sport you want to watch when you want to watch it.
And continue to do it all with 0 monthly fees or contracts. The best TV is free TV. Order Tablo for a one-time payment of $99.95. That's less than you would spend for 1 month of other TV services. Tablo. Pay once and watch forever. Order today at TabloTV.com.
Attention, Miami law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city safe. But in sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
I respect her. Nice to meet you. Unfortunately, you haven't even gone to any law school.
What if I told you that I consume knowledge like no one you've ever met and I've actually passed the bar?
I'd say you're full of crap.
Read me something.
Civil liability associated with agency is based on
the reasonable inference of agency on behalf of the plaintiff and the damages themselves.
How did you know that?
I like to read. You give me this, and I will become the best lawyer you have ever seen.
Okay, hotshot.
Suits, tonight at 9 on WSFL 39.
Florida Panthers hockey on Scripps Sports is sponsored by ABA Centers of Florida. Proven Autism Care, proud sponsors of the Florida Panthers. By Sandals, the official all-inclusive Caribbean resorts of the Florida Panthers. And Care Plus Health Plans. Back at Amerant Bank Arena, Monday night hockey for you, preseason style. Panthers with the lead, 1-0 after one period of play. Randy, they get that goal in the opening minutes. Some outstanding saves by Sergei Bobrovsky as well. Your overall impressions of the 20?
Well, I kept my eye on that energy line for the Florida Panthers. You got Greer, Gadjevich, and you got Cunnin as well, and they had a big factor in that first period with the energy. They not only their physicality, but they keep their feet moving. They're quick on their skates and their anticipation, and they caused all kinds of havoc for Carolina trying to come out of their own zone. That's what the Panthers are looking to see, and they spent a lot of time in the Hurricanes' end in that first period. These players know their rules, and you can see here, look at this little give and go. Everybody's touching the puck. Cunnin back to Gadjevich after Greer dished it off, and then it's the recovery as well. Not only the forecheck, get in and to have that puck separation, but make a play, get an offensive play out of it as well. A lot of hitting in that first period. I thought it was very quick as well. And Sergei Bobrovsky will be in goal for the Panthers here to start the second period.
Yeah, pretty much it'll be up to Bobrovsky. You know, Paul Maurice knows that between Sergei Bobrovsky and Panthers goaltending coach Rob Tallis, these guys got a great relationship. Robbie's just done an amazing job all the years here with the Panthers through multiple coaches. And, you know, when Sergei says, I got enough work, I'm guessing that's when the time will come.
Well, that's what I say to you.
Yeah, when you're done, let me know.
That's it. I'll meet you on the bus.
Sergei will begin the season 10th all-time in wins. He's got 429 wins. Next on the list for Bobrovsky will be Jacques Plante at 437. And, you know, if he gets 31 wins this year, and you look at Sergei, very realistic. What'd you mention, 33 last year? Is that what you said he had? Yeah. He'll go all the way up to 6th all-time.
Well, the one that means the most to me is those wins in the playoffs, and he had 16 of them.
That's 2 years in a row.
All 16 wins.
My goodness, some of those saves by Sergei at the key times. Unreal.
That's the key, Goldie, is the timely saves from your starting goaltender.
Cunnin with a good hit on Suzuki. And you know, those saves that he made, you know, in both Stanley Cup finals, I mean, there's so many moments in those series. Remember the saves before the Marchand goal and the double overtime win? Just incredible. I think, Kasperi Kapanen had a breakaway, and there were some other great looks. And, of course, the Game 7 save 2 years ago that set up the Cup-winning goal by Reinhart when Kulikov swept it out of the blue paint.
Well, what stands out to me about Sergei Bobrovsky, and you go back, you see the puck goes flying on the play, is like not only the saves when your team is winning, but some of the saves you go back and just last playoffs when the Panthers were down by a goal or possibly 2 goals and the game could have got out of reach, and he comes up with not 1 but 2, maybe even 3 saves, and the way the Panthers as a team respond, and it just gives them that life, and all of a sudden they start chipping away and they end up coming back and winning a lot of those games that they play.
Keeshan shoots. That's a save by Bobrovsky. Saw that all the way. And then you talk about Bobrovsky's backup, which changes, you know, every year. And this year it'll be Daniil Tarasov, who we saw last week in Carolina. Just unbelievable with a 47 save effort. He's got great athletic ability. And, of course, Sergei welcomes him to the team. That one deflected off of Harper in front, missed the net. Panthers work it free. Sam Miskevich starts out.
I think it's safe to say, too, you and I have talked about it all training camp long.
Oh, nearly given away in front. Now picked up by Devine. In front. They couldn't get a deflection on goal.
No, but the goaltending depth in the Panther organization now, how excited the management and coaching staff are. And you mentioned a couple of these young goaltenders that are in the pipeline, as they say.
And Brandon Bussey picked up You know, we'll see if we see him tomorrow night in Orlando against the Lightning. Played his college hockey, big goaltender in Western Michigan, then went to the Bruins and played at Providence in the AHL. So the Panthers kind of went out and targeted him. And then you've got the guy who's the backup tonight as that puck comes back on Bobrovsky's net in Cooper Black. Here's a shot. Bobrovsky, another save. And Black is a real interesting case. About 3 years ago, he was kind of recommended to the Panthers in the goalie committee. And they signed him. So Cooper has played in the NAHL, the East Coast League, the AHL, and then college at Dartmouth. But look at that, 6'8", 223. Now there's some size, and he keeps on getting better.
Well, you'd hate to have that grocery bill. He is a large man, a big drink of water there. And they just love his skill set, and with the size that he has, and we've watched him in training camp, how much of the net he covered, 6'8". He goes down on his knees, and his shoulders are almost right at the crossbar.
You know, Toby Bjornfoot met with the media today, played with him in Charlotte last year, said how good he was for Charlotte. 11-4-1, 198 goals against. And Toby kind of joked and said, yeah, I can't score on him. I mean, there's just...
Can't see the net.
That's it. Nowhere to look. 24-year-old from way up on the peninsula in Michigan, from Alpena. That's way up there over on the east side.
Way up there?
That's way up there. Yeah, I had to go to, you know, Jeff Wessel, our producers, our Michigan go-to guy. Where's Alpena? Jeff actually had a roommate in college in Kalamazoo that was from the same hometown as Cooper Black. There's Cooper, got a smile. So that puck came flying over.
Yeah, and that's why these goaltenders, if you're not playing, they've got their glove hand on, boy. Those pucks will whistle around, in around by the bench area.
So we'll see if Black gets in the game tonight. What you talk about, so Stolars was here, you know, a few years ago. You got Drieger, you got Alex Lyon, all these players that have, you know, come through and have gotten better, much like the skaters, have their best years as Panthers. Now with Tarasov, Black, and Bussy. Oh, Bobrovsky got a piece of that on the redirection front by Unger Sorum. That puck comes all the way back. And, you know, all three goaltenders behind Bobrovsky, all in their, you know, mid-20s range, averaging about 26 years old. Put out in front, and Benning was covering the front of the net well. Nikishin back to play. Fires ahead. He was looking for the stretch pass, but it came in on goal. It was past Nadeau at the blue line. Puck comes back the other way. Studnicka gets after it, tipped away.
Oh, he gets slashed in the face as well.
And you've got the call, delayed penalty. And the Panthers will get a power play.
Yeah, a little high sticking there. Studnicka, who's opened up the score in the first minute of play in the first period, driving wide, and the stick came up.
21 Carolina Land penalty for a sticking.
All right, so the Panthers get their second power play opportunity of the game. Here it is here, kind of a bouncing puck, and there's the stick come up right underneath, and you see the mask go up and the helmet as well.
Montgomery gets a clear for Carolina off the faceoff.
Yeah, we saw in that first power play how Carolina's very aggressive with their puck pressure. And the Panthers are going to have to move that puck quick, find an open man, see if he can spread out the penalty killers of Carolina so he can get a really good look and then possibly a rebound.
Panthers work the boards, but the Canes able to find this puck, get a clear. And, you know, the Panthers, speaking of Bobrovsky and the goalies, they've got a very detailed plan every year. They map out the games, and with rare exception, only deviate from who will be the starting goalie. And Bobrovsky, we'll see how many games this year, Randy. You figure still like low 50s, mid 50s, and in that range. Takes a little bit more time off the ice during practice than he used to.
Yeah, that's what we've noticed the last couple of years with Sergei Bobrovsky. I mean, when he first came to South Florida, he's just such a workaholic, and he wanted to be on the ice. He wanted to play every game, and I think he realized it. And the maturity, and has a young family now, and he's got priorities off the ice, and he seems so relaxed, and understanding his body that he does need those days off, even if he's so competitive that he's reluctant, but he realizes for the benefit of himself and the team.
Gregor shoots it, hit the crossbar. Oh, Noah Gregor let one fly and nearly got another preseason goal for himself. Souchin holding on along the boards. He's got terrific hands. Grayson Souchin of the WHL. Big season last year in Edmonton. Nolan Foote tracks down the loose puck. Nice little move by Foote. Played over to the wing. Here's Gregor again. Takes a shot again. Anderson the save. That one caught him in the mask and may have stunned him for a moment. Hard-nosed work here by Foote along the wall, using the size. Hurricanes find it. Nice hold-in by Balinskis with the glove. Power play about to come to an end. Carolina trying to get out of it. Souchin centering feed, bouncing puck. And finally, the Hurricanes clear. Panthers came close.
Yeah, the last part of that power play, they were in the Carolina zone. A couple of quality chances.
Suzuki puts it in behind the Panther net. Benning moves it quickly around the boards. It comes back in for Suzuki. Looking out in front. Ben Harper, the big man, chasing him. And then a broken stick at the point. Panthers on the loose change. Here comes Gadjevich the other way. Gadjevich looks, centers. Here's Greer looking out in front to feed. They couldn't stuff it in. Livingstone with a wrist shot that missed high. Defenseman didn't have his stick. Greer recognized it. Another shot in front. Cunnin on the loose puck. Centers. And a save by Anderson. Gadjevich had the chance. And again, that line, Cunnin, Gadjevich, and Greer buzzing in the offensive zone, and the puck goes out of play. Second period. Gregor caught the iron on the deflection.
A dynasty in the making.
It's really incredible.
Fueled by unwavering resilience. An unbreakable bond.
Here comes Balinskis.
And hard-nosed, stick-to-stick, full-throttle hockey.
Reinhart on the loose puck.
This season, the Florida Panthers are making history, chasing a third consecutive championship. Join us all season long. Find where to watch at scriptsports.com/Panthers.
Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX, 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. It's a car that stops short of amazing.
Lease the 2025 TX 350 for $599 a month for 36 months.
The Connors are here.
What? Hold on to your hat. Mazel tov!
Oh, this is truly a time to be thankful.
Come on over.
Why doesn't anybody ever call me and invite me over?
You don't need to be invited because you're always here.
And become part of the family.
If I'd saved anything, my daughter wouldn't be giving up her dreams at 17.
Hi, welcome to the Connor family.
The Connors. Tonight at 7:30 on WSFL 39.
Back up with Florida Panthers head coach Paul Maurice. And coach, a few veterans in this game, but a lot of young players. What is one thing that's caught your eye thus far?
Well, both teams now are a week longer in the camp since our last game, so the structure of the game is starting to come into play. And in these games, you're starting to understand that every team in the league plays a little bit differently, so I think we're starting to pick up what we need to do against Carolina.
One of those veterans that's playing, Sergei Bobrovsky, he's in midseason form. What have you made of his impact?
So I wouldn't care what happened in the net because I know what he worked on today was his game prep. And because of that, then he's really good in the net and solid. But he's such a pro that an exhibition game after his career, with where he's at, it still means something because he prepares the same way for every game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Katie, thanks so much. Thanks to Paul Maurice all season long joining us on the broadcast. There's that Cunnin line again buzzing around. And so Bobrovsky's still in. Cooper Black is in the tunnel over by the bench. And perhaps he's coming in, Randy. He's got that nice Panther mask going. We'll see. He looks ready.
Yeah.
Black went 11-4-1 in 15 games in the AHL for Charlotte last year. .910 save percentage. Greer puts it back to the line. Livingstone out in front, redirected by Gadjevich and a save.
Boy, that line now, that's 4, possibly 5 scoring chances in the last 3 shifts for that Gadjevich-Greer Cunnin line.
Yeah, Paul Maurice getting a good look at it and has to like what they produced here in the first half of this preseason game. Suzuki will send it all the way down, and that's icing on the Hurricanes. Comedian Nate Bargatze is bringing the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour to Amerant Bank Arena on March 1st of 26. You can get your tickets now at SeatGeek at AmerantBankArena.com. You know, I look at those young Panther fans very often at the game, and you know, they're 8, 9 years old. I mean, their whole life, the Panthers have been basically Stanley Cup contenders in the playoffs every year. They think all this is normal. Struck me meeting a couple of young fans at the, at practice the other day when we were there at the War Memorial, the Baptist Health Iceplex. I'm like, man, if you guys only knew what was going on before that. Good for them. Studnicka with a shot, looking for his second of the night. 5-hole on Anderson. He made the save that time.
Yeah, you're seeing the speed now of the Panthers, and we talked about the forechecking and the physical play and finishing their checks, but now the speed through the neutral zone and the defense of the Carolina Hurricanes, they have no option but the back end. Look at how far the defense, and there's Anderson, and Panthers trying to use the defense as a screen.
We'll see if Anderson himself goes all the way tonight. Panthers, speaking of those playoffs, 6 consecutive years they've qualified for the postseason. The last 3 Eastern Conference champs, the last 2 Stanley Cup champs. That's quite a resume. Paul Maurice with some emphatic explanations over on the bench, chatting with Jack Studnicka. One of those players trying to put himself in position to be a player that, could be a guy that gets plugged in over the course of the long season. As we've learned, Randy, Panthers going to the Cup every year. It takes 16, 17 forwards to get through it all.
19 skaters scored at least 1 goal in the playoffs last year for the Florida Panthers. That has not happened in quite some time in the NHL.
That is amazing balance. Greer and Gadjevich in the game tonight. They both played 16 of the games and had 2 goals apiece during the run last year. Gregor's shot was deflected. Puck dumped towards the blue line. They have to peel back. Gunler would have been offside. Benning ahead off the skate of Sauchon. And Grayson Sauchon back defensively. Finds Jack Devine. Lifts it and gets it to center ice. Benning back in his own end now. Devine deflected it all the way down. Panthers go for a change. Approaching the midway point. Only goal came in the opening minute. Samoskevich with a nice assist. Here's a chance in front. They score! Milmonis on a beauty on the backhand.
Again, the Panthers create the offense off the turnover by the Carolina Hurricanes, and you're seeing speed right there. There's a turnover, and here come the Panthers, and they've got 3 going towards the net, and the backhander. Vilmanis finishes it off. Second consecutive goal by the Panthers on the backhander. Off the post and in behind Anderson.
It is a big year for him. Second-year pro for Vilmanis. Played in Charlotte last season. Of course, hoping to qualify for the Latvian Olympic team. He's got a legitimate chance, and Sandis gets one there. Stretches out the lead. And midway through this matchup at Amerant Bank Arena, it's the Panthers leading Carolina 2-0.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh,
life, it's joyous and at times challenging. At Baptist Health, we stand by you with the expertise you need and innovation that makes a difference. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
I was 8 months pregnant and had nowhere to go. I almost gave up on myself.
I could no longer afford to make my mortgage payments.
He nearly killed me when I tried to escape.
The National Women's Shelter Network exists so that no woman or child will ever have to live on the streets. You can make a difference. Please donate today. Safe shelter saves lives.
Hey, South Florida, I'm Jason Matheson, and I cannot wait to bring you The Jason Show right here on WSFL 39. Join me every day at 3 p.m. for my take on the day's hottest topics, from entertainment news, celebrity gossip, to the latest in food and more. It's all happening with a live studio audience full of energy, trust me. Don't miss The Jason Show, weekdays at 3 on WSFL 39.
Well, a goaltending change midway through the game. Sergei Bobrovsky faced 9 shots, made 9 saves, and big Cooper Black, I mean it literally, is now in for the Panthers.
You can see the size of this goaltender. They're really, the Panthers, as we've mentioned, just so impressed with his progression and how he has really been able to handle the size of a goaltender that size, but be able to be so nimble on his skates and the lateral movement and those little plays that help make a great goaltender.
Now a word from ABA Centers.
1 in 31 children is diagnosed with autism. The earlier care begins, the better the outcomes. ABA Centers has immediate availability for diagnostic assessments and therapy.
Now the Panthers kind of taking over this game here in the second. The Vilmanis goal is first of the preseason. And Carolina's only had 1 shot on goal here in the second.
One of the reasons why, Goldie, is the Panthers are winning right now all the offensive zone draws in Carolina's end. And that turns into puck possession.
And Cooper Black out of Dartmouth makes the save. Not many Dartmouth college players make it to the NHL. That is not a hockey hotbed. Cooper there for a couple of years.
See how the communication is with his defenseman here. If there's a little bit of extended time in the Panther zone, it's always a key.
You know, there was a couple of guys that played for the Panthers that went to Dartmouth. Remember, of course, Tanner Glass for the Panthers, and I think Hugh Jessamine played 1 game for the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. That was a while ago. A few others have made the league. A little injury situation there for Carolina. I believe that's Ryabkin, unless it's State. Well, the Blades look good. Got shaken up there. He crawls to that bench. Here's Black handling the puck. Bjornfoot for Gadjevich. Absorbs the hit. And now the Hurricanes peel back. At 9:48. Greer. Gadjevich. Shot blocked. Now the shot comes through. That goes wide. A.J. Greer on it again. Livingstone up high with a wrist shot. Stick save by Anderson. Tell you, Jake Livingstone, you could see, kind of a veteran player, couple of years in the AHL with Nashville's team in Milwaukee, and Panthers just signed him, getting his first action, and looks comfortable out there. Cunnin is a little slow to the Panther bench. He took something up in the face. Nolan Foote got the only assist on that last Panther goal.
You might have noticed as well, Carolina, they're trying those risky, long home run passes up the middle of the ice. And the positioning of the Panthers with their defense, and they've got support from the forwards or whatever, been able to cut those off and then turn back the other way.
Jost puts it out in front, and they score. A good pass there by Jost, and Nadeau with the finish, and Carolina's on the board.
Yeah, rare scoring chance here for Carolina. They've been really shortchanged on the shots, but this is a long outlet pass, and then timed perfectly as Nadeau got in behind the Panthers defense. Watch right here on the left side of your screen. It's got a step, corrals that puck, and makes a nifty move. Under pressure, has to make that decision, goes to his backhand, and just over that right pad.
Yeah, Nadeau, we noticed him the other night, Randy, when the Panthers played in Carolina. He's had a really good preseason, very active. He's had some finish.
That's his 4th goal of the preseason.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ryabkin, he needs help going to the dressing room. Now we're going to get...
Florida's challenging to play for offside prior to the goal.
Ah, boy, oh boy. Johnny Conjemi and Miles Fee and the guys, they're Johnny on the spot, literally, I guess, during the preseason. So a coach's challenge.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a long outlet pass to the left side. And they're going to take a look at this as the Carolina was crossing the blue line. Was it offside? And that's could be one of the reasons why Nadeau was able to get in behind the Panthers defense and get himself open to receive that pass and then deposit in the net.
Well, preseason coach's challenge. Tyson Baker and David Brisebois on the headsets. And they'll give Francis Chiron the decision, and here's the call.
Bobby review, play was offside prior to goal. We have no goal. We set the clock to 7:47. Thank you.
All right, the Panthers catch everything. We know that. Playoffs, whatever.
See, there it is right there.
That one.
The skate is over the blue line before the puck over on the other side. And it's clear right there. We didn't pick up on that. I thought it was close, but the Panthers, they made the decision. They wanted to challenge it, and were successful.
All right, so is Bradley Nadeau now, Randy, only having a good preseason? It was a great preseason if that goal counted.
He's still got 3 goals.
Yeah, there you go.
Quite the talent.
Still finished it. That's true.
He's been impressive.
So it remains a 2-0 Panther lead. Stanley's in mid-season form, working on the drum. Next week, it's a season-opening 3-game homestand. Chicago in the opener, 5 o'clock game on Tuesday. We got a special hour-long pregame starting at 4 for you, and then the Flyers in Ottawa in town next Thursday and Saturday. Those will be full broadcasts for us here on Scripps Sports.
Yeah, starting tonight, very busy. 3 games in 4 nights preseason for the Panthers. 4 games in 6 nights.
And the regulars will start to funnel in and play those last 2 preseason games, a number of them. Panthers trying to manage it. The Florida Panthers over the last 3 years have played more hockey games than any team in the history of the NHL. As long as they can, have guys work on their games, the individualized training, they like to do that. Chorsky gets a shot away, a good save by Anderson. Foot working along the board. Centers. Livingstone shoots, blocker save. Chorsky on the rebound. Here's Vilmanis. Livingstone again sends it wide. Bjorn Foot picks it up. They've got it pinned to the boards in the corner to the right of Anderson. Nolan Foote continues to work there. Nadeau's trying to clear. They still can't get it out. It's Chorsky again. Here's Foote. Takes a shot high. And finally, Carolina's able to clear. Slavin got it to center. Harper took it away from him. Lead pass. Shot. Saved by Anderson on Greer. A.J. Greer just off the bench with some energy. Greer hangs onto it. Centering feed. Cunnin couldn't get it on net. Cunnin lost an edge. Keeps on working for that puck. Free along the boards and chipped out finally by Carolina. Anderson is blocked by Gadjevich. Bounces right back to Shillington, who gets it down the ice. Panthers have held Carolina just 2 shots on goal here in the second. Sanders Melmanis added to the lead here in this period. This is icing on the Panthers. Well, the reigning back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Panthers are back for the 25-26 season, and single-game tickets now available for all regular season home games. Go to FloridaPanthers.com.
Yeah, it goes without saying it'll be quite the atmosphere here when the Panthers open up their season, hosting the Chicago Blackhawks in the banner ceremony. They're asking the fans to get in their seats early.
Yeah, 100% on that one. There's a shot, and Smith finds the back of the net. It sneaks in, and now Carolina's made it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, this is kind of a funny play right off the face-off. And the quick shot, Giovanni Smith. You see right here, he kind of scrambled. Benning's reaching for it, lost control, and then Smith comes in, and he wastes no time and shoots it on the short side of Black, and it just, you see, goes right between the blocker and the pants. There's just a 3-inch window right there, and the puck went right through.
Smith, briefly a former Panther. That's his second of the preseason. So just the 3rd shot on goal of the period for the Hurricanes. And they do get on the board. That one counted. Here's Boquist off the wing. Shot went wide. Balinskis hustles back ahead of LeBanc. Petrie's lead pass. Boquist for Samaskevich. And they're offside. Jesper tried to drag that back foot, just couldn't stay onside. Late in the second.
It starts with Celsius. Fuel I can feel good about. I'm going to need it. I'm training for life. From after-school pickups to meal prep to a 12-hour night shift. I don't have time to get ready. I've got to stay ready.
Dawn Patrol starts with a Celsius. I got a whole day to seize. First it's cardio, then it's a race against the clock. Refuel. I've got 48 to do in 24.
It's 4:49 a.m. Grab a Celsius, lock in. I've got a goal to hit and a deck to conquer, a party to be the life of, and all the essential energy I need to do it.
All month long, I want you to feel the love with big stars and big prizes. It's my Feel the Love sweepstakes. Make some noise if you are ready for a giveaway.
You could win a $500 daily prize or one of 2 $5,000 grand prizes, plus a trip to the show. Watch for the word of the day and text it to 55225 or enter at JenniferHudsonShow.com for a chance to win.
Are you ready?
The Jennifer Hudson Show, weekdays at 4.
The last thing I need is another subscription or monthly bill.
With Tableau TV, you just pay once and start saving instantly.
With Tableau, I love the DVR functionality and the crystal clear picture that I get.
Buy a Tableau product and you can watch, pause, and record popular live channels plus free streaming channels. And do it all with 0 monthly fees or contracts. Order Tableau for a one-time payment of $99.95. That's less than you would spend on most monthly TV bills. Tableau, pay once and watch forever.
All right, the rivalry is back. A Florida team has made the Stanley Cup final each of the last 6 years. They've won 4 cups between them. The Panthers are the back-to-back champs. First of 3 preseason games. We'll have them for you this week. Tomorrow night, pregame at 6:30. Randy, they played 4 playoff series the last 5 years. Remember, Tampa won the first 2. The Panthers have won the last 2. both in 5 games.
Yeah, those last year, just physical dominance that the Panthers inflicted on the Lightning that they never recovered.
Now, that first year they played the 6-gamer, still, that's one of the best playoff series you'll ever see. And every year, the winner of the All-Florida playoff series has gone to the Stanley Cup Final. So we'll start to get a look at the Lightning. Cam Senior, Black makes a nice save on Jost. That's tomorrow from Orlando, then Thursday from Tampa, and then Saturday here at Amarin Bank Arena. The 3 preseason games. Noah Gregor after the puck. Souchin picks it up. Gets over the line. And the Panthers are offside as Gregor touches.
You know, always risky. You make those, try and make that one extra play with the puck once you gain the offensive blue line. And if you're not successful, the other 2 forwards are going to be blown right through and put yourself offside. Yeah, the Panthers have been very impressive in this second period as far as playing in the Carolina zone and winning those offensive zone draws. And the Panthers up to 18 shots. They probably have at least 30-plus shot attempts so far in this game.
Foot breaks in. Trailer is Harper. Foot again behind the net. Popped off his stick. Shillington, the veteran defenseman, gets the center. That was held in. Nikishin, nice move and a shot, and he scores! And Carolina has quickly gotten this game even at 2.
And Nikishin, he goes short side on Black as well. And he made a nice play to keep this play alive in the Panthers zone, catching up to that puck. Makes a little move, and then he finds some daylight, just enough to pull the trigger. You're going to see a great angle right here, and where that puck goes, right off the inside post.
Well, interesting. There's been basically no puck possession for the Hurricanes, as you mentioned, Randy. Only 4 shots in the period, but 2 have gone on the net. And now we're even in a steal. Giovanni Smith centering feed. Oh, good block there by a sliding Ubas Belinskas. Petrie ties his man up. Little juice now for Carolina after the tying goal. The veteran Nikishin with his first of the preseason. Got a lot of hopes for him as a young player. Here's Petrie at center. Skanika picks it up. Off the stick of Livingstone. LeBanc in over the Panther line. Cuts to the slot. Lays it out. And the shot, and Black with the glove save.
Yeah, that's a key save for Black right there with the 2 goals now by Carolina to tie up this game. Coming in from the right side. There you see the lateral movement. Concentration on that puck. Not a lot of velocity on that shot.
Did you have a goalie or 2 when you played that, obviously probably not that size, 6'8", 220, but big guys where when you had the puck, you're like, I can't even see any net?
The game has evolved where these big players in all positions, and you're talking about goaltending and that. I mean, I played in the era, John Garrett, one of my first goaltenders, he was like 5'7", 5'8". The Darren Pangs and some of these Curtis Joseph.
Old Panger.
Yeah. I mean, even later on, Eddie Belfour and John Van Beesbrook and that. These were not big goaltenders. Now it just, the NHL and pro hockey and college and junior just littered with goaltenders who are 6'2" and above. Gregor in the offensive zone. Now Betting's shot deflected on goal.
Anderson to save. Devine in front is stopped by Anderson. There's that University of Denver connection. Panther draft picks, Benning and Devine. Devine tracks it down again. Worked in the corner against Montgomery. The final minute of the period, sponsored by Anajar and Levine. Carolina does get it out of the zone. Robadon Shillington got the assist on that Carolina tying goal. Down to Doe. Back up high, and that's blocked by Foot. He's in a foot race trying to get to that puck. Foot went down. Puck stays in the zone and hit the official. And Doe will just flip it back with half a minute to go in the second. Petrie scoops up the loose puck. Paired up with Uvis Balinskis. Couple of veterans there. Vilnius breaks in. Sandis into the slot with a shot that goes up and out of play.
Another quick look here. Late in the second period, the Panthers, another scoring chance. There's the shot. Now look at breaking away, turn around, get it on goal. Devine with that turnaround shot right there. Anderson was down. He just said, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to go over the shoulder.
Final seconds of the period. Hurricanes able to win the faceoff and get it down the ice. And that'll do it for 40 minutes. We'll go to the final period even.
Yeah, a couple of quick goals by Carolina. Got right back into this game after, without those goals, it'd be pretty dominating performance by the Panthers in that second period.
Time for the intermission. You know why they call them the pesky Hurricanes, don't you, Jessica?
Yes, we do, Goldie. The Cats striking again in that second period, but a pair of goals for the Canes, and we are all tied up at 2 apiece. Coming up next, it is our second intermission report here on Scripps Sports. Katie will catch up with the Panthers' goal scorer, and we'll take a look at Fan Fest from yesterday. Great event at the practice facility.
Watchers, let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let's know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Panthers fans, get VIP insight into your Cats all season long. Watch the pre- and post-game shows on your home for Panthers hockey. The pregame show is brought to you by Amerant Bank, the official bank of the Florida Panthers.
The last thing I need is another subscription or monthly bill.
When did watching TV get so expensive? Well, now you can watch and record for free with Tablo.
I have been telling people about Tablo since I got it. This is easy. It really allows you to have all those channels that you've been wanting to have.
Buy a Tablo product and you can watch, pause, and record popular live channels, plus free streaming channels.
This was the easiest thing I've ever had to learn, and it saves us a lot of money.
You just click on the sports, and then it brings you to all the sports that are up and you're able to see. So, piece of cake, finding what sport you want to watch when you want to watch it.
And continue to do it all with 0 monthly fees or contracts. The best TV is free TV. Order Tablo for a one-time payment of $99.95. That's less than you would spend for 1 month of other TV services. Tablo. Pay once and watch forever. Order today at TabloTV.com.
Panthers fans, stream every goal, every save, and every Cats win.
Let's go home, baby!
Sign up today at PanthersPlus.tv.
This winter, experience the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. Friday, December 12th, Amerant Bank Arena. Tickets on sale now at SeatGeek.com. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
To our second intermission report here on Scripps Sports. Sandis Vilmanis finding the back of the net in that middle frame. His first goal of the preseason, but Carolina gets a couple of quick ones to end the period, and all of a sudden we are all tied up at 2 apiece through 40 minutes of play. As we welcome you here inside the arena, I'm Jessica Blaylock along with Ed Jovanovski and Jovo. A unique period in the sense that Carolina really didn't have a ton of shots on goal, but were able to score a couple goals. But one positive that you really like to see, that Cunnin line, Luke Cunnin, AJ Greer, Jonah Gadjevich, really buzzing, looking good.
Yeah, and I think when you look at the group that they have, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's no east-west in their game. The puck goes into the offensive zone, and now they're going to work. They're trying to separate player from puck, get into those areas, work the corners, and get the puck in front of the net. If there's nothing there, they're using the points well, but they're always going to that area, you know, where goals happen. And you look at this group, they're an NHL group. They've got experience in the NHL, so good line thus far. Let's see if it sticks. A lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. 3 goals in that period. Let's take a look at them, starting with the one for the Florida Panthers. This belongs to Vilmanis. What'd you see on this one?
Well, good neutral zone there. Speed's coming back the other way. But good outside speed here. You're driving the middle of the ice. It's a left-hand shot, gets it on the forehand, puts it to the backhand. It almost catches Freddie, almost looking the other way a little bit right here. Just finds a way to kind of sneak it in. Kind of an innocent shot, just goes over his glove. He'll take it for his first goal of the preseason.
So the Panthers jumping out to a 2-0 lead, but later in the period, Carolina would find a response, and it started with Giovanni Smith.
Yeah, this is just innocent play right off the face-off here. You got to win these battles. You don't want to let them get to the puck. Giovanni Smith does get to the puck before, and then you can see here, just kind of stuck in that area. He does find a way. Probably one that Cooper Black wants back. Just kind of sneaks through that 7-hole area there at the short side.
So all of a sudden we've got a 2-1 game, and the Hurricanes were not done yet. Just a few minutes later, they would find the game-tying goal. This one from Nikishin.
Yeah, this one again, when you look at this one, it kind of breaks down. Puck goes in here, right at the top. You got to be a little bit stronger there defending Nikishin on this play right here. Just kind of let him get behind you, and then what a laser. Again, short side. You know, on Black right there. You just want to cover that post area there, or make yourself a little bit bigger as a defender, Benning blocking that opportunity. But give credit to Carolina. I think you said it. I think you look early on that period, Randy alluded to as well. They didn't really have much.
Yeah.
Panthers were skating, nullifying them in every different area, having puck possession. Their shot total went up. They stopped playing a little bit. You have an opportunity to let Carolina back into this one, and they did so.
Yeah, with a tied game, it should make for a very interesting third period, so we'll see how this one plays out. When we return on our second intermission report, we'll hear from the Panthers goal scorer. That and more is straight ahead.
The pain in my knees was so immense that I wasn't even able to practically walk. Before getting surgery, I decided to go see QC Kinetics. I had 5 treatments in each knee, and I had no downtime, no surgery. In fact, I'm back to playing ice hockey 3 times a week. I'm fishing with my son again every single weekend. I'm back to being myself. I would highly recommend that you go see QC Kinetics and get a free consultation. It changed my life, and I'm hoping it would change yours.
Call QC Kinetics now for an appointment today.
Panthers fans, stream every goal, every save, and every Cats win.
Let's go home, baby!
Sign up today at PanthersPlus.tv. This season, the Florida Panthers are making history, chasing a 3rd consecutive championship. Join us all season long. Find where to watch at scriptsports.com/Panthers.
Attention, Miami law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city, safe. But in sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
2 hands can move a mountain. 2 more and you can move the earth. I got you now. I'm never gonna let you go.
It's on. Find ION on your channel guide or favorite streaming service.
Welcome back to our second intermission report here on Scripps Sports through 40 minutes of play, all tied up at 2 apiece between Carolina and Florida. Let's get it to Katie Engelson and Sandis Vilmanis. Well, Sandis, you are one of the goal scorers in this game. How are you trying to make the most of this opportunity this season with the Florida Panthers?
Yeah, I mean, this is my first game after injury in rookie camp, so I'm trying just to get used to this pace, this speed, and I'm playing with the best players in the world, so I'm just trying to make the game easier for them.
Speaking of playing with some pretty good players, one of those is your fellow countryman, Uvis Balinskis. How would you describe your relationship with him?
Oh, it's awesome. It's really nice to see another Latvian in one team, so he's encouraging me a lot, and that just gives me confidence that there's a guy who's always got my back, and it's really nice to play with Latvian here.
You mentioned how encouraging he's been. What is one piece of advice that he's given you?
It's just play hard and do the right things, simple things, and the coach is going to like you. So those are the things he's telling me.
Sandis, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you. Thanks, Katie. Hey, Cats fans, visit Pantherland for your exclusive Florida Panthers licensed merchandise, including one-of-a-kind game-used gear, hockey-inspired fashion apparel, and more. Get yours while supplies last. Shop now, in-store, or online at flateamshop.com. When we return, an awesome day yesterday in downtown Fort Lauderdale. It was Fan Fest over at the practice facility. We'll take a look at it next.
Yep, our private client services focus on plans for protecting assets, growing long-term wealth, and mitigating risk.
Wow, that's great. Stanley, you're a private client? How much does he make?
Sorry, that's private.
Amerant, the official bank of the Florida Panthers.
Billy, you too?
It starts with Celsius. Feel I can feel good about. I'm gonna need it. I'm training for life. From after-school pickups to meal prep to a 12-hour night shift. I don't have time to get ready. I've got to stay ready.
Dawn Patrol starts with a Celsius. I got a whole day to seize. First it's cardio, then it's a race against the clock. Refuel. I've got 48 to do in 24.
It's 4:49 a.m. Grab a Celsius, lock in. I've got a goal to hit and a deck to conquer. A party to be the life of and all the essential energy I need to do it.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun.
Sandals Jamaica sale is now on. For the best all-inclusive value in the Caribbean, visit sandals.com or call 1-800-SANDALS.
The Connors are here.
What? Hold on to your hat.
Come on over.
Why doesn't anybody ever call me and invite me over?
You don't need to be invited because you're always here.
Weeknights at 7:30 on WSFL 39.
So let's start this again.
Actually, I have it queued up.
Let's go there.
Banging on the window.
Banging on his head.
I got it.
Take a hike.
Are you out of your mind?
You're not allowed in my court anymore. Get out.
Bam, 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 bam. That's it? That's the end of it?
Well, that's enough.
Weekdays at 1 on WSFL 39.
Yesterday was Fan Fest over at the Baptist Health Iceplex. Thousands of fans coming out to show their support for the team. Also take some pictures with the Stanley Cup. Paul Maurice said it was the perfect time to get that energy from the fans, and the players noticed it as well.
It was great. I didn't expect, so many fans to come out and see practice. But it's a sign that, the hockey is growing in Florida, and the fan base is excited for a new season.
Yeah, it's fun. It gives you a little bit extra jump. I mean, it's the first time we're seeing a lot of us. It's some pretty good times a couple of months ago, so it's always nice getting to see them again.
Yeah, tremendous yesterday to see the passion from the Florida Panthers fans over at the practice facility. I know the guys had a ton of fun, and so did the fans as well. Well, Jovo, this game all tied up at 2 apiece. As we take a look at the stats, what do you think is going to be the biggest key for the Cats in the final frame?
Well, I think just continue playing like you did like the first 15 minutes of that period. The second frame, and I think the Panthers were out skating them, were putting the pucks in areas where they're creating opportunities, and get that middle lane drive. You see the defense struggling a little bit with the speed. It's the third period in your building. Even though it's preseason, you like to get a win. It's good to keep that good feeling. You got to protect this home ice. It's been a very tough place for teams to play. Send that message right now early on.
Well, the goal, even with it being preseason, is you want to see Florida Panthers hockey on display. So we will certainly look for that in the third period.
It's joyous and at times challenging. At Baptist Health, we stand by you with the expertise you need and innovation that makes a difference. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
The last thing I need is another subscription or monthly bill.
With Tableau TV, you just pay once and start saving instantly.
With Tableau, I love the DVR functionality and the crystal clear picture that I get.
Buy a Tableau product and you can watch, pause, and record popular live channels plus free streaming channels. And do it all with 0 monthly fees or contracts. Order Tableau for a one-time payment of $99.95. That's less than you would spend on most monthly TV bills. Tableau, pay once and watch forever.
It's time for football. Ready to pony up for streaming? For Thursday games, that's on Prime. For Christmas Day football, do you have Netflix? Want to watch your team on the road? Do you have YouTube TV? Cha-ching, you might shell out $50 a month, and that's just the beginning. Good thing we have local TV stations bringing us games for free. Live, local, things you love. Text TV to 39179, and let's keep football free.
From food to fashion, events to entertainment. If it's happening here, it's happening on Inside South Florida. Your all-access pass to the people, places, and passions that make South Florida shine. Inside South Florida, weekdays at 5:30 p.m. on WSFL 39. We are so South Florida, it's even in our name.
It's Modern Family all week long. Monday, get up.
Yay!
Tuesday, mess up. Wednesday, dress up.
Somebody turn her off. I think I'm having a seizure.
Oh, buddy. Thursday, look up. Friday, hook up.
Voila.
Square knot. Impressive.
I can make any kind of knot. It's like I have a sailor in my mouth.
Modern Family, nightly.
Weekdays at 5 on WSFL 39.
Well, a 2-2 game here at Amerant Bank Arena tonight. Ready to start the third period, but first we'll let you know you can enter the preseason multi-game 50-50 jackpot. The winner will be chosen during the third period of Saturday night's game. Go to FLAPanthers5050.com to enter. Panthers have had the territorial and shot advantage, but this game is tied at 2 going to the third period. Our drive to the finish, Randy, is sponsored by Lexus.
Yeah, and we talked about after the first period about the Cunnin line out there with Gadjevich and Greer, the physicality, and usually that's what sets up in the second and the third period for scoring chances. And they had a smatter of great opportunities driving that puck deep in the Carolina zone. There you see some quick puck movement. Greer back out in front, and it was all period long. That a lot of chemistry in that trio for the Florida Panthers. There's crowding that net, bumping Freddie Anderson, and Greer takes a little bump for that. And when you see how quickly they move that puck to each other, there you go. Now, short little pass, Greer to Gadjevich. Gadjevich leads the Panthers with 4 shots on goal so far in 40 minutes of play. And they have been all over Carolina with the scoring chances so far in this game so far.
All right, he's not a household name, Randy, but Nikita Quap is in the game. The German. First time in the NHL he's been in the German league. Actually, a couple of years ago, he had a huge game in the World Juniors against Sweden. So Carolina signed him, and he's in relief of Freddie Anderson. In a 2-2 game, it's Quap against Black the rest of the way. Panthers trying for their second straight preseason win over the Hurricanes. Had a 2-0 lead. Carolina came back to erase that. Studnicka and Vilmanis, the Panther goals tonight. Here's Quap out of his net to play it. Moves it around the boards. Bjornfoot on the shoot-in. Quap active again out of the net to handle. Floats it to the corner. And Riley clearing attempt. Deflects out of play. All right, something new at Amerant Bank Arena. You could see it there. Brand new scoreboard, a 180% larger viewing area. You could see the screens underneath the main board, so the fans that sit low down, you can look at those screens from your seats, and there's a new 360 LED halo above here at Amerant Bank Arena. Randy, it is beautiful.
Yeah, the definition and the clarity of that, you can see it even on with the camera. But when you come to Amerant Bank Arena, it'll be on full display. I just can't get over how clear everything is.
All the game stats on there as well. So something new for this season. Outstanding. Boquist was checked, trying to get that puck to his tape for a shot attempt. Malinskis is back. And gets it out to center. Studnicka sends it in. We don't have a book on Quap, but early on, he gets out of that net quickly, and he's playing a lot of pucks. This is icing on the Hurricanes.
Yeah, if I was a fly in the wall of the Panther locker room, I would say the coaching staff for Florida would say, hey, let's get some pucks on this young goaltender and make him play that puck, get the crowd around that blue paint. Panthers' energy level with keeping their feet moving that second, especially the first 3 quarters of that second period, they were dominating the play in the ice possession, puck possession time in the Carolina zone.
Souchin back to pick it up in his own zone. Harper moved it ahead to center. Hurricanes turn it back there, but then Harper cleans up on the shoot-in. Panthers work the forecheck. Devine giving the Carolina D some trouble. Nikishin, whose goal late in the second, got it tied. Played up to center ice. Nadeau. No, that's a good stick there by Michael Benning, denying the entry. And Gregor chips it out to center ice. Moved ahead by Souchin. Trying to put a little pressure on, but Bayreuther got to it, the former Blue Jacket. Now a steal by Foot. Foot breaks down the wing. Good stick check by Shillington.
Goldie, you and I are talking about Foot, how noticeable he was in that second period. A couple of good looks, chances, winning those board battles.
He was a first-round pick. Injuries kind of derailed things for him. Bjornfoot floats one to the net. That was knocked down in front. And Nadeau takes the puck. Trying to clear, couldn't do it. Shillington again. Sweeps it ahead. And that came over the line. Offside the call. So we continue to start the 25-26 season with our preseason games, and then 69 in the regular season. There will be a pregame show before every game, including next Tuesday. The opener, an hour pregame. That starts at 4 o'clock. And, of course, go to PanthersPlus.tv and Panthers Primetime every week.
I love that Panthers Primetime, that weekly program. so well put together. And our own Katie Engelson is hosting that and does a marvelous job, and congratulations to her with an award as well.
The Telly Award, and Zach, the producer, and everybody does a terrific job. And Katie, you got that award still on the shelf during the preseason? Is that?
I do. You guys are very kind. Our producer, Zach, though, he does an incredible job finding content each and every week, putting it together. Everyone behind the scenes, too, our editors. A lot goes into the show, so we're just really grateful to have such a great crew that does an awesome job just putting it together each and every week.
Yeah, you know, Jeff on the camera work needs to pick up his game this year. I'll just say that. It's only between us, of course. Now, Katie, will you be throwing the fish in Seattle again this year, or is there going to be something different, or can you not say that on the air?
I actually heard, Goldie, that they volunteered you to throw the fish, although last year you were a little scared, and I don't think you wanted to get your hands dirty, but I heard you're doing it. I heard Randy as well.
Now, here's the key. You know me. I stay in my lane, so that's why I did the play-by-play of you throwing the fish.
Well, everyone needs to get out of their comfort zone every now and then, you know?
All right, Katie Engelson, preseason, calling us out on the air. So Randy and I will be happy to eat the fish. Here's a chance for the Panthers and Quap to save on Cunning.
Another scoring chance. So they're Cunning there, getting in behind the Carolina defense and cutting out in front. That's a couple of chances that the Panthers have had in this game. There's the puck just misplayed. Go to the backhand. Snuffed out here at a different angle. Good steal there. Getting in, boy, I like his energy playing with Gadjevich and Greer. We talked about him all game long, and I think he's going to fit in well with this Panther team.
If we want to film an episode of eating pizza in New York, that I will clearly partake of how I can eat 5 or 6 slices.
Chicken wings in Buffalo.
But there you go. Well, there's a lot to be determined. That's Panthers primetime every week, all week long. Tune in, all season long. Stanika took a hit there. That puck goes out of play. Then Harper gave Jost a little shot.
All game long, if you joined us late, the Panthers have really bottled up the middle of the ice on Carolina and forcing the Hurricanes to try and come up the wall, as they say, on their breakouts. And the Panthers' aggressive defenseman there, you see Big Ben Harper. He's one. They're cutting it off at the offensive blue line, and keeps the puck in the offensive zone.
198 NHL games played for the veteran. Remember, he had the goal and an assist in the third period comeback in Carolina last week. Another big body brought in by the Panthers. He goes 6'6", 231.
Did he get an assist in that third period as well? Well, then he had the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Oh, no, you're right. No, Benning had the goal and the assist. I think Harper just had the goal, I believe.
Okay.
You have to check on that. That's right. He had the fight with Smith. Quap with the stick save. Samaskevich works the offensive end. Here's Benning with a wrister. That was blocked away in front. Boquist was tied up by Legault.
Boquist has had a strong game. He's really using his speed and anticipating where that puck is going to be delivered and on the defensive side for the Panthers.
Jost pokes it up the boards. Carolina gets it out. Toby Bjornfoot back to pick it up. Now to Devine. Led the NCAA in scoring. Stayed all 4 years at Denver, and then they say, hey, it was a no-brainer to stay with the Panthers, the team that drafted him and signed. Here's Noah Gregor. Looking for a man, hangs onto the puck. Gregor again, curls in, centers. Bjornfoot blocked away by Shillington. Bjornfoot back on it. Swings it down low. It's Devine. Working hard in the offensive zone. Devine to Bjornfoot. Puck possession for the Panthers, looking for a chance to reclaim their lead. Gregor stopped by Quap. Souchin went after the rebound and deflected wide of the net. And some hard-nosed work in the offensive zone along the walls by the Panthers. And now they're moving again. Foot breaks in. Chorsky deflected off his stick. So indeed, Ben Harper did have the assist in Carolina for the Gordie Howe hat trick on the empty net goal by Studnicka. How about that? He kind of got lost there since it was the fourth goal, the empty netter. And that puck took a hop off the glass. Vilmanis and Foot in on the forecheck. Panthers regroup in the neutral zone.
Yeah, it really hasn't been just one or two lines for the Florida Panthers goalie that have been creating the offense here and getting the shots on goal. All four lines have been in on it.
Quap chips it around the boards. Panthers pick it up. Shot went wide. Harper threw the body in there. It's Suzuki. Panthers hold in. Here's Harper shooting. Quap to save. The rebound is loose and wide. A.J. Greer was right on the doorstep. Benning holds. Wrist shot blocked. Another shot goes wide. Cunnin on the loose puck. Fights his way through the check. Benning across to Harper. There's the wrister. Misses. And it carries out.
Yeah, Gadjevich going right hard to the net. Just missed the blade of his stick, or else he could have just had a one-time deflection into the open net.
Now the preseason crowd here into this game with 13 and a half to go. Let's go Panthers chant. Samoskevich through center. Gets over the line, puts it deep in the zone for Boquist. Back for Samoskevich. Turns with it and shoots. Livingstone pinches in, the big defenseman. Samoskevich there to help out. Flips it out in front. Stick save in the cover. And we get a whistle. All tied with 13:09 to go.
Yep, our private client services focus on plans for protecting assets, growing long-term wealth, and mitigating risk.
Wow, that's great. Stanley, you're a private client?
How much does he make? Sorry, that's private.
Amerant, the official bank of the Florida Panthers.
Billy, you too?
And here's your new debit card.
Bernie, you're my new best friend.
Amerant, the official bank of the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers.
Wait, Stanley, it's not what you think.
You can still go out to eat. Flanagan's Wing It Wednesday. Free wings. 10 free wings with every pitcher of beer, iced tea, soda, or lemonade. Drenched in Flanagan's iconic wing sauce. 10 award-winning wings free with every pitcher every Wednesday. Open till close. Flanagan's. Life the way it should be.
Welcome back to Amerant Bank Arena. New Florida Panthers forward Luke Cunnin is getting his first taste of sunrise, and no doubt he has heard plenty about it from his good friend and new teammate, Matthew Tkachuk. The two grew up together in St. Louis, started playing on the same team at just 4 years old. They were teammates from 4 to about 18, Tkachuk told me, and were even groomsmen in each other's weddings, which you see there. Tkachuk said he's the perfect fit for the Florida Panthers. Now, we'll have to wait a bit before seeing them together on the ice, because general manager Bill Zito did say December-ish is the target for Tkachuk's return. Guys,
we certainly look forward to that, Katie. They were together, as you said, on that U.S. National Development Program, had a loaded team. Cunnin was a captain and great leader. Panthers very careful about not only the physical ability of the players, Randy, but the type of people and character they bring into their dressing room.
Yeah, and you talk about Cunnin, and we were talking again with Paul Maurice this morning. He says, yeah, he plays the game with a little bit of anger. So you can decipher that any way you want. He's a competitor. Every shift he's going to be in your face. He's going to play the physical style.
And although Carolina obviously not bringing their, regular NHL lineup, it seemed like some good offensive zone chemistry with Greer, Gadjevich, and Cunnin tonight.
Yeah, that's been on display for sure. Without sacrificing what they're noted for and their responsibilities is physical play and forechecking first, but then all the scoring chances that they've created. And I mentioned about Gadjevich leading the Panthers from shots with 4. I think as a line they have 6 going into the third period. It's usually a byproduct of all the other attributes that they bring.
The veteran Petrie back to pick it up in his Panther debut. Gregor up ahead. Petrie to the blue line. Around the boards. Gregor again. Knocked off his stick. Riley's got it for Carolina. Pass to center ice. Good steal by Balinskis. Waits for everyone to get onside. Chips and chases. Got checked along the boards by Riley. And Carolina's going to have to ice it.
Yeah, these two meetings with Carolina, really the special teams have not really played into it. And both teams pretty adept at their penalty killing. There you see Rod Brind'Amour.
He's had enough of the Florida Panthers, hasn't he? My goodness. Panthers just had a terrific East Final last year against the Hurricanes. Remember going in there, winning those first 2 games, and then winning in 5. Here come the Panthers. It's Chorsky all alone, shooting. He scores! A 3-2 lead. Brett Chorsky.
It's a laser, and it's a beauty. Carolina got caught on a line change, out of position. Quick puck movement by the Panthers. You're going to see right here is Carolina. They tried to make a change, but all forwards got caught. Puck turnover. Chorsky just goes and puts it on the far side, right off the post. Or just inside the post there. You see it on that angle.
Pops has to love that. Brett is the son of Tom Chorsky. Won a Stanley Cup with the Devils in 1995. Great Minnesota hockey family. And Tom Chorsky, his boy Brett, able to give the Panthers their lead. Chorsky, 24 years old. Played 20 games last year in AHL Charlotte there for the playoff run to the Calder Cup final. College at both Colorado and Colgate. And the Panthers are on top again. Here comes Shillington, the veteran defenseman. Carrying into the Panther zone. Bottled up by Livingstone. Jake Livingstone took it away. Fights off a checker. Hurricanes hold in, though. Legault. And now up the boards for Nadeau. Shillington slap shot. Cunning with the block. And Bjornfoot will chip it ahead. A.J. Greer in after it. Just couldn't quite catch up to that puck. What do you know, Mr. Third Period. Harper gets an assist. So his third period point against Carolina in 2 games. Balinskis winds it around the boards. Jost is there for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, that go-ahead goal by the Panthers there. Just Carolina out of position. They were going one way. The puck turned over, and the Panthers going back the other way with the quality shot there by Chorsky.
Stanika in on the forecheck. Mackie Samoskevich there, and he gets the steal. Takes a shot, kicked out by Kwok. This is Nystrom for the Hurricanes. Couldn't find a man, and that floats down the ice. Icing is the call.
Panthers continue on with all 4 lines there. You see Brett Chorsky. Take a look at the numbers. Look at the size.
Another guy.
6'7", 216. Boy, oh boy. And when you just, like I've said time and time again, even going back the last couple of years, the skill level of these big players are just soft hands, be able to handle the puck in traffic. It is remarkable.
Harper from up high, saved by Quaff. The rebound in front. So Ben Harper getting that puck to the net. Now he holds it in the zone, and Benning hustles after it. It comes through everybody, and Carolina's going to get a 2-on-1. Here's LeBanc looking in front, shooting. Black made the save. Rare shot on goal for Carolina. Just their third of the period. And that's not easy. Young goaltender in Black and hasn't seen many pucks. All of a sudden, here they come. And Kevin LeBanc's a guy that scored goals in the National Hockey League in his career. Good effort here by Foote. On the loose, puck cuts in. Played it to the boards. Vilmanis put it behind the net. Here's Chorsky putting it out in front. High slot, Livingstone shot blocked. Gets it right back. Sends it cross ice. Chorsky hanging on to it. In deep foot. Big bodies on the ice for the Panthers here. Working the boards. It comes up the wall. And now Robidas will get it out of the zone for the Hurricanes. And that's an icing call on the Panthers with 7:42 to go.
Yeah, there's a rare shot on goal in Carolina. And there you see Black Oil goes off his glove and off his mask. Kind of a wobbling shot. Just uses the body.
It's good to see Black, get an opportunity tonight, Randy. We're really looking forward later in the week, we would assume anyway, that we'll see Daniil Tarasov again after that great performance, the 47 save effort in Carolina. Oh, the Hurricanes answer back and score. Justin Robidas has tied this game at 3.
This was a little bit of a screen there. I don't think Black was able to pick this puck up until too late. There you see, okay, the Panthers are in pretty good position right here, and then their turnaround, look at, yeah, it went through 2 or 3 players. There's the shot. And it goes on the blocker side. So all 3 goals have been scored on that blocker side by Carolina.
Little less than 4 minutes after Chorsky, second of the preseason, gave the Panthers the lead in the third. Robidas answers back for Carolina with his first. Balinskis to the net. Couldn't get it on goal. Nikishin out to center. Unger Sorum couldn't handle it. And then the puck came over the line offside. 7:06 to go. We're all even.
One in 31 children is diagnosed with autism, and the earlier care begins, the better the outcomes. Here are 5 common signs of autism: limited eye contact, speech or language delays, repetitive movements, intense focus on specific interests, difficulty with social interaction. We are the leading provider of diagnostic appointments and autism therapy, and with immediate availability, your family won't be on a waiting list. Proud partner of the Florida Panthers.
He beat me in front of the kids. I worried they were next. My son had cancer, and I had to take care of him. My grandmother raised me. When she died, I had nowhere to go.
Homelessness happens to grandmothers, mothers, daughters, children.
It can happen to anyone.
It happened to me.
The National Women's Shelter Network helps save lives. Donate now. Together, we are stronger.
I was 8 months pregnant and had nowhere to go. I almost gave up on myself. I could no longer afford to make my mortgage payments.
He nearly killed me when I tried to escape.
The National Women's Shelter Network exists so that no woman or child will ever have to live on the streets.
You can make a difference. Please donate
today.
Together, we are stronger.
Well, a battle right down to the end. Cooper Black in goal for the Panthers. Carolina, for the second time, has come back to get this game even.
Yeah, that last goal by Carolina is screenshot. To the Panthers, the energy level has been very impressive by Florida here. And all four lines I mentioned, the six defense, all jumping into the play. And see if they can manufacture a few more chances, golden chances.
And down to 7 minutes left in this third period in the preseason. All tied up. Nikishin and Nadeau got the assist on the Robidas goal to get it even. Loose at center, Samoskevich, now Boquist. And a shot. Save made by Kwok. Good stick handling there by Boquist. Stanika had it deflect off him out to center. Robidas stood up nicely there. Uvis Balinskis with the defensive play at the line. Stanika got it deep. Shillington quickly around and out to center. Freddie Anderson and Sergei Bobrovsky, the starters tonight, have given way to the backups, who will now take center stage down the stretch. Bjorn Foot settles the puck down. Lead feed for Devon. Fires into the zone. Souchin with a steal, then he got bottled up by Suzuki. And that puck cleared out to center. Bjorn Foot, gloved down by Montgomery. Then the Panthers clear. Panthers going back-to-back against the Lightning tomorrow in Orlando. 6:30 pregame. High stick there on Livingstone, but it was undetected by the officials. I'm not sure how all four missed that. And now we do get the whistle.
Yeah.
They'll take a look at the Panther defenseman, see if they call the penalty.
It starts with Celsius. Feel I can feel good about. I'm going to need it. I'm training for life. From after-school pickups to meal prep to a 12-hour night shift. I don't have time to get ready. I've got to stay ready.
Dawn Patrol starts with a Celsius. I got a whole day to seize. First it's cardio, then it's a race against the clock. Refuel. I've got 48 to do in 24.
It's 4:49 a.m. Grab a Celsius, lock in. I've got a goal to hit and a deck to conquer. A party to be the life of and all the essential energy I need to do it.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, there's a lot to love. Did it hit your spirit? Right in the shine or not? The biggest stars. Clock it. Ooh, Mariah Carey!
And all these years now, you're still killing it.
Incredible performances. You got them going. Inspiring stories.
Connection has no color. It's my brother.
You are loved.
I'm about to cry.
Don't you just love this joy? I hope y'all feel the love.
The Jennifer Hudson Show. Weekdays at 4.
Behind every race car driver is a passion for staying ahead. Competing in the Scripps National Spelling Bee gave me an edge by teaching me to view every challenge as a learning opportunity. Just like in racing, no matter where you place in the bee, you can push yourself and discover what you're really made of.
Empower your students to dream big, just like NASCAR driver and Tableau TV ambassador Ryan Ellis. Put them on the fast track to success and sign up for the Scripps National Spelling Bee today.
It's a 4-minute penalty. Noel Gunler for the high stick.
Okay, there was a delay here. Now watch the stick come up. Okay, stop it right there. There you see the official right there, Liam Maskant. He's looking in front of the net, which they have to. They got to see all around. Anyways, he missed it at the beginning, but all four officials got together and they realized, yes, there was an infraction that was committed. It was a high stick, and it's turned into a 4-minute power play for the Panthers now.
Big Jake stays on the bench, shaking it off. Jack Devine gave some assistance there to the referees, and that's a good job. That's why they have 4 of them. They got the call right. And the Panthers trying to get the lead for the 3rd time tonight. A little more than a minute differential between the penalty time and the game clock. Huge opportunity for the Cats. Studnicka into the offensive zone. Samoskevich in deep. It's Boquist. Immediately checked. Vilmanis steps in there. Now Samoskevich has it. Petrie at the line. Pressured. And cleared ahead. And look out. Legault shoots. That goes high over the net. Carries out to center. Vilmanis trying to get to it. He does. Centering feed. Studnicka in front. And that goes wide. Great opportunity for Jack Studnicka, looking for his second goal of the night. Balinskis hits Devine, who just came off the bench, some fresh legs. Devine works it over to Foot, but it's off his glove. Jack Studnicka got to the net there. Less than 4 minutes left in the third. Foot. Try to get it across. Labanc took it away. He'll kill a little time here for the Hurricanes on the penalty kill. 30 seconds left in the first of the double minor. Balinskis running the power play. Panthers trying to get it set up. Hurricanes aggressive on the PK. That's one thing that doesn't change no matter who's in the Hurricane uniform. Under Rod Brindamore, they go on that penalty kill.
Yeah, here's one chance there by Carolina shorthand. The Panthers come back the other way. Studnicka, watch, he takes the feed right here, makes a move, and tries to go over the glove hand. And it looked like a little bit of a bouncing puck as it just whistles wide of the net.
And Studnicka right back out there with Samoskevich, Boquist, Vilmanis. Petrie at the point. The Hurricanes, they'll win the draw. So Carolina's going to kill off the first of the double minor to Gunler for the high stick. 3:15 to go in the third. Rattles around the boards. Work along the wall here. Boquist against Nadeau. Vilmanis shoots wide. Samoskevich tracks it down. Pass in front. Stolen away. Sandis again. Carries in. Try to get it back to him, but Devine's pass was blocked.
The Panthers a little unfortunate. Every time they try and center that pass, center that puck or find an open man, it's being blocked. And Carolina's jumping on it and killing a bunch of power play time for the Panthers.
And no shots yet against the goaltender Quap. Foot temporarily held it in. Sent all the way down again. A minute to go in the Gunler penalty. Grayson Sachin getting some power play time late in the game. The 20-year-old sends that around the boards. Foot and Devine after it. Devine's got it. Handles in front. And a save by Quap. Jack Devine had an opportunity.
Yeah, he just froze that defenseman. Opened up some clear ice to take that shot. And at the end of their shift.
Here comes Cunnin breaking in, centering feed. It's Greer. Stop made in front. There are bodies there. Off the rush. The Cunnin line. 20 to go on the power play. Here's Greer with speed down the board. Centers blocked away. Good stick by Nystrom. And Joel Nystrom has it for Carolina. And good penalty killing. A couple of saves from Quap. 1:16 left.
Yeah, we got a couple of chances for the Panthers. Here, Foot just kicks it over. Here's Devine, comes in. Look at how he just freezes the defense, as I mentioned. Gets the shot through, uses the defense as a screen. And then the follow-up off the rush. Puck finds its way right onto the stick of Greer. And he just drills it right into the chest protector.
Well, Jack Devine turns 22 years old this week. He's got, mentioned he led the NCAA in scoring at the University of Denver. He's got offensive ability. 10 games last year with Charlotte. Had 5 points in 7 playoff games as well. Two-time NCAA champ. Gundler's out of the box. The big kill by Carolina. And we remain tied. And now the final minute is brought to you by Anajar and Levine. We get an icing call on the Hurricanes.
The Panthers have dominated the offensive zone draws in this game. And they'll be helping themselves if they get that possession here. The faceoff coming back in the Carolina zone. Under a minute left.
Nystrom dumps it out to center. Giovanni Smith, who has a goal tonight, gets it deep in the Panther zone for the first time in a while. Forward work by Boquist and Samoskevich. Here comes Boquist for Samoskevich down the wing. Mackey in front. It went right through the blue paint. Boquist got tripped up. No call there. Samoskevich has it again. Curls with the puck. Boquist. Samoskevich has a man in front. Here's the chance, and Boquist shot off the stick of Giovanni Smith. Oh, they had a little something going there. And this puck goes directly out of play. It's another penalty on the Hurricanes. Wow. Delay of game.
Yeah, nifty work here by that line. Samoskevich and Boquist. Here's going to be the call. Delay of game.
36, minor penalty. Delay of game.
Unger Sorum to the box.
Just trying to rake it up the boards, up the plexiglass, but it didn't hit anything. And went into about the fifth row. Here's Samoskevich put it in front. Boquist had been tied up, lost his edge, and then the centering pass gets past Balinskis, but right onto the stick of Boquist, but he puts it off at Giovanni Smith, gets a nice deflection.
Panthers win the draw, 20 to go in regulation. Balinskis shoots deflected puck into the corner. Fed up the boards, held in by Gregor. Then he gets hit. Puck still free. Sauchin after it. Cut off by Nikishin, and that puck flies out of play. And that was deflected. So just 5.7 seconds left. Panthers 3 straight power plays. Felix Unger, Sorum in the box. Where's Oscar? Face off in the Carolina zone here. Sauchin wins it. Devine fires high over the net. And we are going overtime. 3-3 game. The Panthers will be on the power play when OT begins.
A dynasty in the making. Fueled by unwavering resilience. An unbreakable bond.
Here comes Balinskis.
And hard-nosed, stick-to-stick, full-throttle hockey.
Reinhardt on the loose.
This season, the Florida Panthers are making history, chasing a 3rd consecutive championship. Join us all season long. Find where to watch at scriptsports.com/Panthers.
The Connors are here.
What? Hold on to your hat.
Mazel tov!
Oh, this is truly a time to be thankful.
Come on over.
Why doesn't anybody ever call me and invite me over?
You don't need to be invited because you're always here.
And become part of the family.
If I'd saved anything, my daughter wouldn't be giving up her dreams at 17.
Hi, welcome to the Connor family.
The Connors.
Weeknights at 7:30 on WSFL 39.
Competing in the Scripps National Spelling Bee gave me an edge by teaching me to view every challenge as a learning opportunity.
Empower your students to dream big, just like Ryan Ellis. Put them on the fast track to success and sign up for the Scripps National Spelling Bee today.
We got more hockey for you, by the way, over there on the right. I would assume, right, that's where that second, the 2025 Stanley Cup banner will go next Tuesday, the opener. We're on the air at 4 o'clock with an hour-long special pregame show for you. There's an empty space with Stanley's name at Amerant Bank Arena. Tonight it's preseason action, and Paul Maurice's team is having a good time back there. Going on the power play to start overtime, Randy. It'll be a 4-on-3.
Lots of open ice for these skilled players. Yeah, even though it's preseason, a win is a win. That's what the Panthers would love to do. Finish this off. Mackie Samoskevich 15 goals last year for the Panthers. He'll be starting on this power play.
Stanika, Boquist, the other forwards. Petrie, the defenseman. Against the goalie, Nikita Kwap, the 22-year-old German for the Hurricanes. 3 straight power plays for the Panthers. Late in the game, Boquist breaks in. Riley, the veteran defenseman, was with him. Boquist sets it up for Petrie in the 4-on-3, looking for a game winner. Petrie holds. Stanika's out in front. Petrie for Boquist. Here's Samoskevich to the net. Scoops it back up. Petrie out in front. Stanika shoots. He scores. Jeff Stanika sends him home with a winner.
He's got a couple of huge ones tonight. Jack Stanika with a power play goal to finish it here in overtime. His second of the night. Good setup by the Florida Panthers here. Once they got in the offensive zone, finding the open man. Look at Petrie, just slides it right into Stanika, and he just flips it over a sprawling goaltender. There it is, another look. There's the flip, and the game-winning goal in OT on the power play.
His third of the preseason. That's why these games matter to a lot of these players like Jack Stanika. He's had a good preseason for the Stanley Cup champion Panthers. So the Panthers with a home-and-home against Carolina in the preseason. The Cats win them both. And 3 to go in the exhibition schedule, all against the Lightning starting tomorrow. There's Vilmanis and Stanika. They scored 3 of the 4 goals tonight between them. Here it is again.
Yeah, there's the angle. There's the first deflection. And then the turnaround. The desperation by the defenseman out in front was just not good enough. Panthers had a 2-0 lead in this game. Carolina tied it up. Panthers took the lead again. Carolina tied it here in the third period. And there's the game winner in overtime.
And Petrie and Samoskevich get the assist. So Petrie in his Panther debut was running that power play in overtime from the blue line. He's a veteran. Okay, a couple little taps there for an overtime win.
As I mentioned, goalie, I like the energy from all 4 lines. The defense was involved in the offense. Panthers had some pretty good synergy coming up the ice. And as I mentioned, winning some key draws in the offensive zone that led to 2 of the goals. And, the Panthers, these players here, fairly young lineup, inexperienced lineup for the most part. And they fared very well. I like the energy and the physicality of the Panthers.
The Vilmania is running wild. Sandis Vilmanis, he's the 3rd star of the game tonight. He scored a goal.
Another one of those skilled players. The Panthers have in their system. Oh, there's Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah, made his
second star of the game
on 9 shots.
Yep. That sequence where he made those 2-3 saves in a row, and that was really highlighted his night.
Guessing we'll see a little more of Bobrovsky later this week, at least one of the preseason games with 3 to go. And now, hey, good for the veteran, Jack Stanika. Been around the NHL. Now in Panthers camp this year, and he gets 2 goals in the game winner.
Yeah, he's had over 100 games in the NHL. He's been around the block, as they say, 26 years old. And played a big part in the Panthers, not only with the 2 goals. He was around a lot with the offense.
And now we get to hear from him on the bench with Katie Engelson. Katie?
Well, Jack, a thrilling win in overtime. You had 2 goals in this one, including the game winner. How did you do it?
Yeah, just playing hard out there. It was a gritty effort, obviously, a lot of new guys, new faces, and it was nice to pull it off.
What has been top priority for you to make the most of this opportunity with the Florida Panthers?
Yeah, not goal scoring, to be honest. Just trying to play fast, trying to be on top of pucks and be physical and responsible.
Your first preseason game here at Amerant Bank Arena. What can you say of these fans and this atmosphere?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, Florida and hockey is very alive. It is.
Jack, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Guys, we'll send it back to you. Katie, well said.
Jack Studnicka. Hockey is alive in Florida. Live here in Sunrise 2 as the Panthers win it in overtime on the power play by a final of 4-3. Jack Studnicka with 2 goals in this game. We'll break it down next on our Panthers postgame show here on Scripps Sports. It's brought to you by Celsius. Jovo will join me for all of the highlights and analysis straight ahead.
Competing in the Scripps National Spelling Bee gave me an edge by teaching me to view every challenge as a learning opportunity.
Empower your students to dream big, just like Ryan Ellis. Put them on the fast track to success and sign up for the Scripps National Spelling Bee today.
The last thing I need is another subscription or monthly bill.
When did watching TV get so expensive? Well, now you can watch and record for free with Tablo.
I have been telling people about Tablo since I got it. This is easy. It really allows you to have all those channels that you've been wanting to have.
Buy a Tablo product and you can watch, pause, and record popular live channels, plus free streaming channels.
This was the easiest thing I've ever had to learn, and it saves us a lot of money.
You just click on the sports, and then it brings you to all the sports that are up and you're able to see. So, piece of cake finding what sport you want to watch when you want to watch it.
And continue to do it all with 0 monthly fees or contracts. The best TV is free TV. Order Tablo for a one-time payment of $99.95. That's less than you would spend for 1 month of other TV services. Tablo. Pay once and watch forever. Order today at TabloTV.com.
Attention, Miami law enforcement. You took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city safe. But in sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous benefits. Apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
He commands his courtroom with confidence.
Don't you ever form your mouth to talk to me like that. What's wrong with you?
He's fair.
You took that risk, and your risk failed.
He's direct.
I'll throw you out my courtroom talking crazy like that.
He's stern.
Why didn't you give me a document that doesn't say what you said? You tried to defraud me. First you lied to me. Now you're trying to defraud the court.
And now his courtroom is back in session.
Mathis Court. Weekdays at noon on WSFL 39.
Welcome to our Panthers postgame show here on Scripps Sports, brought to you by Celsius. Regulation not enough. It would take overtime.